Sounds a lot like Batman Beyond in here.
We're live. Okay.
Volume is fucked
That sounded
up
a lot
on
like
So-
the Batman Beyond theme song.
We apologize to anyone that's watching the replay of
We're gonna have
this.
to put a jump scare warning on this
it.
episode.
Yeah, damn. That was unintentional. Yeah,
Hope
but
you're awake now.
Yeah, right. I just turned it off.
Welcome back to Solar Coalition, episode 5. Oh crap, I've been dumb and didn't update that. I am sorry, it's been a long week and
Totally fine, man.
yeah, I updated it for the stream name, but not actually on the screen. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now we're Solar Coalition Saga 5.5. Coming to land at a space, what, 30 was it?
Yep.
Okay.
We're in the dead center of Coalition-owned space.
Yeah, I'm just playing replays of a huge battle.
It's a big space battle. So yeah, you guys, it's a pretty uneventful couple of hours as the as Colony 30 in the distance becomes a lot more visible. You've been able to see the lights from it for probably a day at this point.
Yeah,
It's,
off in the
it's just kind of
distance.
like a distant star, but you eventually can see it now. This is another kind of gigantic one, sort of like the one that you guys hit immediately out of Mars.
Okay.
Where it's sort of
because it's the middle point.
this is the exact middle of,
Okay, so this is one of the bigger colonies.
of pretty much human inhabited space. So it's another kind of giant capital T-shaped one with a giant spaceport and a full-fledged big ass city extension and stuff like that. It's as the anchor is brought into port, it's not particularly.
Just before we start being brought into port.
Yep.
And once I know that we're all set to dock and everything else, first of all, do you want me to stay attached to the ship, or do you want me to go into my own separate bay again?
I'll check with the pilot. I'll just radio to the pilot.
Stay attached if you'd like.
Stay attached.
Okay, because I know we're kind of a big ship, and having me hanging off the side makes it a little bit more difficult.
I said
for
that there's no need for you to detach.
Okay. Second is, as soon as we're in visual, start a video of it and portray on the station. Station 30, a center of business and trade amongst the entire multiverse. Let's see what it has in store for the what the fuck.
Across Coalition space, several thousand Darksiders immediately go, "Fuck! That's where those guys were! We went to the wrong place!" The ones who escaped from Colony 30, whatever, where the ambush was.
And now, by popular demand, the Solar Coalition's
Destruction of the Darksiders.
Followed by motivational speech to remind you the Solar Coalition is there for you. That works.
Still waiting on actual media from Solar Coalition. It's not like they have a band.
They have an anthem. I don't know what it
You
is.
start searching down Jake's band,
It was Ricky.
Ricky's band.
Mickey's band starts. We're trying to get them to make a. They get a request from us.
Song?
Can you make a patriotic-ish song for the coalition?
It's like 2 or 3 notes off from just da 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 da.
Yeah, because they probably call me, what's a patriotic song? Dun 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 dun.
Right. Awesome
So-
memory.
Immediately, people are tuning into the Wonderful station. You're getting a couple of communications from the colony of just general people who are interested in doing business.
Exactly why I did it.
And immediately you're like, here you're stopping by Colony 30. Would you care to do this, that, and the other thing? And maybe we can get some advertising. And it's just a whole lot of those from different people.
The advertising ones, I send back a price range of what we allow for offering if you give the media, or we have to make it ourselves.
Yeah.
And they're expensive.
Sales of recording drones throughout the entire colony line has increased by 3,000%.
Yeah.
Every robotics company is in heaven right now. Why? Because people are buying cameras now that there's something to do.
Oh yeah. How much money do I owe you for this week's pay from all your sponsors?
Expect it to double or triple by
Like
the end.
1,000-ish?
2, 3, 5. That's 1,000 just in basic advertising.
Out of 1,000 credits. It's been about a week.
Yep. It was 2.5 weeks from the... I have a date to set up, too.
But as the anchor is sort of shuffled into the capital cross of the T-shaped space station, you notice it's not necessarily vacant, but it's a lot less crowded than, like... The last time you were in a station this big was when you were orbiting Mars.
I mean, do I think that there probably was an exodus after the...
Not an exodus, it's just that this area of sort of 3/4 of the way to Mars space has been very busy lately.
Okay,
So
so...
people are just probably trying to make themselves... There's still other ships docked, but it's a lot less tightly packed and a bit more like, alright, there's... Hangars maybe at half capacity, and it's
Okay.
mainly military vessels. So you do also think maybe the Coalition is trying to maybe up security in general around these
And
parts?
people that have dealt with the situation on Mars are making their way
Just-
closer to the moon.
Just in case.
I'm gonna make camera angles make it look as though when we're seeing these military ships, makes it look like they're like twice as big as they are. And the people
Lens.
are at the
yeah.
camera angles that they look like they're super tiny next to them.
You can see...
and like there's more of them than there are.
You can see... I'll roll some dice for how many
Get
there are.
hired by the Solar Coalition at the end of this. We're gonna keep you up as our media patron. You just run your channel, but just give us promotional time, and like stats of battles and stuff. Like make it into like, just add that funny thing updates on casual. I mean that's actually something that they would want.
So there
a
are...
good thing, honestly.
There are 7 ships that are of the exact same classification of the Anchor, but they're combat vessels.
So missile pods, bays, cannons,
There
rockets.
are 8 warships that are the exact same make and model as the ones from the... I think it was Colony 37 was the one you guys sent me to. There are 8 ships of the exact same make and model from the Colony 37 battle.
Now,
4 of
folks,
those are actually from the Colony 47 battle, or 37 battle.
To make out the markings.
They were
of
rerouted
damage.
here. You can make out between the video and what you're seeing now. You make out a few markings and a few numbers. You can also see they're actually a bit battle damaged.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now here we can see the Coalition ships, the boys that keep us all safe, and these are just the ones in the bay. The ones outside are far more impressive, I must say.
And immediately all over the galaxy, a bunch of Darksiders who are trying to make plans to meet you guys here are immediately proved that they should not go here because they'll be just as fucked as they were at 37. But the Anchor pulls into port. It's the same sort of, you guys pull in, it's sort of like a hovering speed, and then the mag locks come out and a platform is lifted alongside additional supports for the now 2 extra ships that are underneath.
You know, the docking bay. Our docking bay. Chink, 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 chink.
You see immediately dock hands who thankfully aren't giant, buff, dumb clones this time.
Your regular dockhand workers.
Regular dock hands, all sorts of people, a couple cyborgs. They immediately spring to work on refueling and minor repairs, and some of them take a look at the thrusters and whatnot.
We hear screaming from the mechanic. Sorry, I just think that's always the chief mechanic's like, why are you doing it in my ship, bitch? It's fine, get off.
Immediately there's, as you guys are pulling in, there's sort of like a spark kind of at the back as they start clearly trying to weld something, and he sees what's going on from inside the ship, opens a window, like a window that is vacuum sealed while you guys are in space, opens the window, vaults out of it, jetpacks around, and immediately starts yelling at the guys. Crew Chief Peters goes out a window and starts shouting at the dock hands.
With the jetpack.
With a jetpack, yep.
As I come out of the ship, I warn them, don't touch that one.
Just dead
don't
face.
touch it.
You
Don't
just hear
touch
him
that.
shouting very, very fast techno-babble, and the guys there are like, I'm sorry, sir, but we need to, there's engines weren't built to carry 2 other ships, so we gotta know, it's perfect as it is. Don't you dare touch my anchor. I will kill you where you stand, Private.
I stop just to watch this as I walk.
very amusing.
It's amusing as hell.
Is he planning any fights? Comment?
Oh, I'll make a roll. Nah, they haven't been able to find anyone.
Aw,
I mean, that's the other thing with the off-season. There might not be
I will say, though,
available.
we're getting close to the end of the off-season.
Yeah.
The way you've kind of set it up is the next season is kind of starting up right as you guys get to Earth.
So, as I get out into the bay, it's like, and folks, I apologize. It's so sad today, but there will be no comet fight here today. Unfortunately, they don't have anyone who's up for the challenge.
No. Okay. So one time my roles being bad is having a negative impact on you guys. But as the anchor is fully put up, you guys are given free leave for the next 24 hours. Although, Sam, you are stopped by the captain, who says that rather than relaying info over computer, you're actually going to meet with some coalition agents in the port, just to relay some general info, and they're going to try to relay some stuff to you guys about Darksider patterns and stuff like that, while you guys are in sort of mid-planetary space.
So this is an in-person military.
It's an in-person meeting with a
information
couple of officers
Yeah.
of similar rank to you.
Okay, I asked him the location of the meeting.
They'll be meeting you outside the ship, probably within the next hour.
Okay.
So just stick around for a bit, and then you're free to go about as you please.
I tell Reynolds, and I agree with the captain, salute him, and I'll go find Reynolds and Jenkins and tell them they're on leave. Show it back here. I tell them in 2 shifts worth, so like 16 hours.
Yeah. So they're like Jenkins like yeah, will do, sir. And then he and Reynolds immediately begin scheming what kind of trouble they're gonna get into while they're here.
As Reynolds comes out, I want to catch him.
All right. Like on camera, or?
No, just as he's coming out of the ship.
Grab
I'm
him.
going to
Oh, okay.
catch his attention.
Yeah, he's walking out. Him and Jenkins are just kind of talking about
Jenkins, sir, if I can have a moment of your time here.
Jenkins and Reynolds.
Reynolds. Sorry.
He's like, yes.
Yeah. So look over at the nearest battleship that's in the bay.
Yep.
And just start asking questions about its armaments. And I'm videotaping, getting like information as to like, how explosive and powerful these are. Waiting for this guy to come out or something else to happen.
He is very in detail about the kind of firepower that Coalition warships use. They use, they're less comparable to bullets and more comparable to sort of missiles. They're kind of at a midway point. And they're fired at high speeds.
So they're basically rockets.
They're basically rockets that are fired out of cannon ports. They use magnetic tracking to hone in on things alongside hydrogen propulsion. Very, very minor hydrogen propulsion, so there's no like atomic failure or whatever. And a lot of ships use specialty thermal rounds because those tend to be the best at sinking other ships. But then he kind of goes into like, thermal rounds are if you're trying to sink someone. Cryo rounds are great if you're trying to put someone dead in the water.
So and electrostatic rounds then would be to use to knock out their ship systems.
Knock out electricity, but retain the ship as like a cryo round would put someone dead in the water, probably for total them. Whereas a shock round would just sort of knock out systems.
Yeah, and I heard you guys are working on a new magnet, a new gravitational field one too.
No
Oh,
comment.
I'm sorry, I wasn't supposed to say about that.
No comment. He gets real quiet real fast. He's like, no comment. That's a wonderful idea, citizen. I'll have to ask my superiors if they have any plans about that. But he gets very in detail about how the armaments on these battleships work.
And Jenkins probably sitting there looking completely befuddled.
Yeah,
I
he's
barely passed the military test.
he's sitting there like, and you can tell based on the look in his eyes, he does not understand a damn word of this.
So right as he's done this part and he's looking, and Jenkins sitting there and you, officer, what's your favorite part of the ship?
I like the guns, and those wings are kind of cool. Not a lot of ships actually have those. It's pointy.
Excellent.
And he immediately
So Reynolds.
he immediately just goes, All right, Reynolds, I'll meet you at that bar later, and he just sort of walks off.
I'll while I'm waiting for the reports of any of the guys, I'll tell Dara that if she wants, she can head off ship. There's enough military staff here to take on any problem. Kiss her goodbye, and then I'll just head outside.
You guys are just kind of in the dock. You see people rushing by.
Yeah.
You can make general perception checks if you'd like, just for what the place is like.
Not really great on either roll, honestly.
You can too if you want.
It's a port, I think.
Yeah.
I rolled a
It's
3.
a pretty standard
No.
spaceport. Yeah, it's grimier than some of the others you've been to, but it looks pretty similar to general spaceport. There's a lot of sort of small fighters, maybe a class smaller than Joe's ship.
Okay, so like not
parked.
even long range.
Yeah, there's a couple of those actually parked where you guys are, but you're
Okay.
actually sort of bringing them around and doing maintenance on them as you guys are just sort of out here.
Does it look like some of these were damaged in the recent attack, or is it mostly just prep?
Some of them have got wear and tear. You do see them loading them off of those larger military ships.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a pretty standard port otherwise.
Alright, I'll let you know. Walk up to you if you're out there talking to Reynolds. I'm laughing because I'm hearing Reynolds go off on a tangent about that, and I'll just let him, once he's done, I'll call out to him. Hey, Reynolds, you can go ahead now.
Oh, yeah. What? Sir!
I
Thank
salute
you
him
very
back.
much, officer.
Yes, you're welcome.
It's been an honor speaking with you. Hopefully we'll get to speak with you again soon on more
Sure.
information like this.
He's like, yes, sir, how can I help you?
All
You
right,
can go
Mrs.
ahead there,
Barr.
Reynolds.
Oh, okay.
Jenkins already gone.
He's like, oh, shit, he is. Wait for me, kid! He sort of runs after
Now we're
him.
going to return to some background music and other programs.
Smooth stylings of Ricky's Brothers Band.
Yep, sure.
Is that the jazz?
Yeah, I think they were the jazz guys.
Okay, so we're no longer live. And then give you your drone if you haven't gotten it already yet.
Nah.
So yeah, you've got a coalition-colored drone following you now.
So, is this about, like, all the gear? Just
Probably
to...
about this one, more like.
Okay.
This is the ships. So yeah, I don't know where the drone minis went.
They're around.
I had them all collected at one point. I kind of lost them.
Yeah, which one did you want me to modify? Knuckles?
Yeah, works.
I mean, if it's gonna have a little bit, I can also do one of these. But if it
Yeah, I think
seems
if
like that's
it's-
more accurate.
That's a bit better.
Because you have to have a little bit the helmet, the arm
Yeah.
pads. You know, it feels like that would be plus.
It's got a
size.
larger bay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it has cargo and stuff.
Yeah. So.
So you now have a little drone. It pretty much it attunes to your communicator basically. So
that's fine.
it'll follow you at a distance that you can set. You can give it basic commands and stuff like that. You can also communicate to him and the ship more directly through it.
Okay.
There are live channels alongside a channel that gives you access to all of what the fuck's being able to view all of
Specialties.
all the stuff that what the fuck airs basically.
Yeah.
Your own
Ah.
personal Jarvis.
It is still his ship talking through it.
Yeah.
But,
After I test everything and it all works, I thank you for
The
that.
ship will use a modulated voice through his drone, though.
okay, what kind of voice?
Friday.
Pick one. It's your drone. What do you want its voice to be?
Oh God, I don't know.
Sultry, feminine? Whatever you're gonna do.
I was thinking
poor
old
Greg
British.
is gonna
I
have
was
to
thinking
go.
old
Irish.
British man.
I was thinking Irish,
Irish,
but
okay.
yeah, like British. Go with that. It's a British. It's the butler. It's Alfred.
It's Alfred, yeah. That's why I'm suggesting old British man.
Yes. Fuck yes. Alfred. That's
So
awesome.
you hear
Alfred?
the what the fuck AI. It pretty much masks its voice as generic old British man, and it's struggling to keep some chuckles at pay for the first few sentences it says. It's like, oh, hello there, Master Bond. It's good to see you.
Good
I
to
realize
see
that's
you
more
too.
Sean Connery than Alfred.
You
That
said
works.
old Irish British man. That's old
Paper
British.
towel.
Yeah, sure.
Like, oh, it's good to
And
meet
you
you.
want some more Coke?
I'll take some more, yeah.
Okay.
It's like, oh, it's good to meet you, Master Vaughn. And then there's sort of like a little mechanical chuckle to itself.
I like it.
We'll make another roll for that. Finally, okay.
I would have said a Russian accent, but you can't do that now.
I thought of that too, but also
We've also already got two Russian
we already have
NPCs,
Russians on the ship.
Yeah.
So,
And yeah, that's kind of a
Be too much.
socially.
Taboo right now. Politics.
what politics? This is the future.
Yeah, right. Earth is just a place.
There will be
We
no
don't even have
discussion of current
countries.
events. It's now space times and whatnot.
Uh huh.
Not wrong.
Although, in many ways, my character is making fun of modern media.
Oh, well. See, the problem is you're not really making fun of something that's been extinct for 200 to 300 years. So, who's gonna argue? The only guy who knew of it is a old reclone. Or, a clone, you know what I meant. The dude
that guy wasn't a clone. He was just using genetics to prolong his lifespan.
Yeah, so basically an android for life. Just stay alive. Not like Lugnut, who made himself a robot.
Not quite.
Practical.
No, he's more like, what's his name in Doctor Who? Who's just genetically keeping himself by remaking organs every time he needs one.
The American guy.
Yeah. No, not
the immortal guy.
Not the immortal one. The one that's like, the episode has him like on the bed because he's constantly regenerating, but he's also not able to move or anything else because he's that far gone.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he's not a clone or an android or even really a cyborg. He's just that guy who's been fucking with genetics to make himself live long.
Yeah. But that's cool.
But yeah, he's pretty much the only one who's aware of any of the media that we talked about. I think I did say he witnessed the last Star Wars movie, episode 27 or something like that.
Which is hilarious.
All right, so boss, what are we up to?
I have to do an in-person report with some coalition agents. I just found that out from the captain before I came through. So honestly,
is this one of those things I'm not allowed to be at, or is it okay for me to be at, or I never know with you guys.
It would be fine for him to be there.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
He is a member of the crew. So
you're a member of the crew, so you're welcome to stay. And I think
make a perception check.
I was gonna say they should be arriving any minute, right as I say that.
I've been making rolls.
Yeah.
Perception
check.
Yep. I don't want to deal with this long list of people that just want to add space. I'll just have them submit their request.
19.
You hear it before you see it. Between crowds of people and busy dock hands and ships being wheeled through. But out of the crowd emerges a dog.
A organic dog?
A fully organic dog. It's wearing a fancy-looking high-tech collar and some cloth stuff. But it's pretty much making a beeline for you guys. I'd say you could probably also see it. It's not being particularly quiet.
Barely. I roll shit for perception.
Well, actually, this is kind of fitting because your back is to it. But you see, I think it's like a Saint Bernard or something like that.
Yeah.
Very large dog. Just kind of running towards you guys.
Can I make out anything about it? Is it in blue? I'm thinking, is it coalition?
It's coalition colors. Its collar is high tech. There's actually a thingy on it that's sort of like a light that's beeping pretty much.
Looks like we have company.
Flickering.
I point behind you to
what? Oh shit!
You see a Saint Bernard with a high tech collar kind of running at you guys.
They're wearing coalition, I think.
As it literally gets to about here, Dara immediately spins around alongside Alexei, getting ready because they don't know what the fuck is going on.
I get down to my knees. Here, boy. Here, boy. Quick, and I'm searching my pocket to see if I have any treats.
It is going towards you.
Aren't you just the cutest thing?
It runs up to you, and now that it's closer, you can see this is a fully organic Saint Bernard's dog.
I'll do the classic, put my hand out, just like a normal person in our day and age would deal with a dog, but these probably have no clue.
As it gets to you, see the light that's kind of been blipping on and off actually stabilizes at this point, and there's a couple of beeps from it, and then you hear, you can just sort of see two figures approaching from pretty much the same direction as it went.
I even say over to your right shoulder because you're petting the dog right now, or at least in front of the dog. I haven't seen an organic dog in years. Specifically not one that wasn't a street run on the Luna colonies.
You then hear from the caller, located.
So I look
back.
back.
Can you talk, dog, or is that just someone on the radio talking through you?
It turns to you, and you see through a speaker on its collar, hello, nice man.
Do you like it better behind the ears or underneath the chin?
Underneath the chin, please. As it pretty much nestles up to you.
Sidestep left, sidestep left. Step forward.
This is freaky.
But freaky as shit.
And then you see, in the distance, two figures approaching, who immediately kind of cut through the crowd as being very striking.
Yep. And let me guess, they're both in blue?
You've got this guy's. It's not just ultra professionally, but he's wearing a coalition coat. He's
Yep.
got the badge.
Okay.
And then you see what pretty much looks like a droid walking alongside him. That same sort of dark coalition blue. He's got the sort of 3 planets and a star in the back thingy, sort of sigil actually directly on his chest.
Okay. So he's unlocked.
And they're walking towards you.
I'll pay very close attention to them while making it look here as though I'm only paying attention to the dog. You want me to make a
Stealth?
deception roll?
Yeah, deception's probably gonna call for that. Jesus.
Dirty 20?
Okay, so your hat is kind of masking from them as you occasionally glance up to get a look at them as they approach. The guy in the coat sort of gives a wave to you.
Respectful nod.
I'd say make a history roll to see if you know who recognize this guy, if he's maybe someone you've worked with before.
17. Does it ring a bell from a story? Something said on a dropship, you know?
You remember this guy. You've actually met him before. He is, he's of a sort of detachment of coalition soldiers that are at most big official colonies that are just sort of local government security guys.
Okay, so like security chief for like the
Security
districts
security
and stuff.
chief types. They're
Okay.
like the big kahunas of
Regional
colonies.
supervisor.
You recognize this guy.
So he'd be a master chief.
Yeah.
That actually is the accurate rank for
He is a
someone of
master
that.
chief. Yes.
Master chief. So I'll immediately, and what's his name? I'm gonna write this down. This is kind of worth knowing in my opinion.
Fenris Hyden. Was the coolest sounding name I could find.
Fenris Hydran?
Hyden. Hyden.
Hyden.
Very, very gruff-looking middle-aged man who pretty much looks like this. He's got those kind of Lee Shriver saber-tooth facial
Mutton
hair,
chops.
mutton chops. He's a little graying, little grizzled. He's got a
What colony? Colony 30, right?
30.
Okay.
His arm, his right arm, is actually bionic. It's a full-on mechanical implant. It's big and bulky, and the fists are studded. You'd think if you were to punch someone with it, it would fucking hurt. That is true. I'll have to keep that in mind in case.
Alright, so...
And beside him, you see a pretty much 6.5 foot tall droid machine looking thing. What looks to you very much like a certain thing from an old tabletop game that reminds you a lot of a Warforged, as they were called in appearance.
Okay. Or a droid.
Yeah, or a droid.
Yeah.
Sort of C-3PO-ish, but he's kind of got that like skull head shaped thing.
So it might be an android.
More of a General Grievous look.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
a bit
it
less
might have a brain.
C-3PO and a bit more.
Grievous.
Yeah, a bit more General Grievous.
Okay, so android.
He's a bit lanky. He's walking with a little bit of a hunch, but he doesn't really look menacing.
Okay.
It's all like smooth, rounded shapes and stuff like that.
Okay.
And you do see on his back is an axe like that.
Okay.
High-tech thermal axe. As they approach. I'll roll for if he remembers you. He does not. So Fenris kind of walks over. He's like, it's nice to see the old anchor's doing good. I actually served on this ship back when it was in active military duty back in the day. It's nice to meet you, son. And he sort of reaches out his bionic hand.
Master Chief Hyden?
Yes, have we met?
I'll shake his hand firmly. Yes, Master Chief. We met a while back when I was here on mission on a free dropship. Back when I used to be a dropship commander.
Oh, no shit. It's my bad. It's busy days. We've seen a lot of coalition dropship troopers and general soldiers come through these
Absolutely.
parts.
No, I understand completely there, Master Chief. The Anchor's been serving us pretty well. We picked up a couple of secondary ships. As you can see, I referenced the 2 ships hanging off our hull.
Yep, the crew chief is still up by the thruster shouting at people. And he's now more so directing them very loudly as to what to do.
At some point, they said, we can't leave till we do this. And he said, then you're going to do this my fucking way. And
Glad to see Peters is still very much himself.
yes, he is. He's a good crew chief. He takes care of the ship pretty well. Amazingly so. A little bit antisocial at times, as I reference him still yelling at people. But the captain was great too. Did you serve with the same captain? Was it the Anchor under a different leadership back then?
Is that as you're saying that, the door opens and the captain sort of is just standing there. It's like, ah, shit, that's Admiral Zenigata. And he immediately kind of takes off towards him. It's like, you old son of a bitch! It's nice to see ya!
What was that ranking again? Admiral.
Wow, but and I just
Sorry, Captain.
Well, no, I mean,
I just
I
looked
thought
at
that
dog
was
and I'm
story, dude. I thought you were like, yeah, he's actually an admiral who
No, sorry,
declared
that-
himself the captain. I'm like, what?
that
That'd
was-
be a backstory.
That was a slip on my part.
Okay.
See, Puppy, they don't give me any information. I thought they were still in active military duty, and apparently it's not an active military ship.
It went government.
And apparently that person's an admiral. I
Yeah.
should really learn how ranks work nowadays.
Even I would say that
The dog
myself. I
looks
need to learn that.
The
shit.
dog looks you dead in the eyes, and even without its face being able to portray emotion, you can sense that it knows your pain as the robotic voice on its collar says, "Idiots."
Oh my god, yeah.
But you can see in the distance as Master Chief Hyden pretty much bolts at him. Admiral's Captain. Sorry, I keep fucking up with that. I haven't actually said his name in a while.
Well, that's the other thing too. I was like, could have been a fake name. He could have said something else, and I would have been like, what the fuck?
Captain Zenigata is sort of he's doing that.
Was he a disgraced admiral?
He's doing that.
That
He's
would be
doing that like
story.
hands behind his back, sort of nobly looking out into the middle distance, and then he's like, "Oh." As this guy's immediately like bolting up the stairs, skipping steps, he immediately pulls him into like a war buddy hug. He's like, "Whoa, Master Chief, at ease," and he's immediately talking to him, and his mechanical companion is just kind of standing there awkwardly.
I look over at the mechanical guy now that Hayden's completely oblivious. Do you have the updates I was supposed to retrieve there, sir?
Oh yes, and he sort of reaches back and pulls out a
Data
dossier.
Dossier.
A dossier that's like it's just general info on sort of the paths that Darksiders like to take.
I'll kind of peruse it. I mean, nothing really privileged, just basic information.
It's information that isn't really open to the public, but it's like basic military stuff, like
I just
spots
referenced
to
you.
avoid, spots to
Some
go
danger
through.
spots, some routes that had higher activity, nothing too major. As I
Eventually,
flip through it.
eventually, Master Chief Hyden and the captain, pretty much being dragged by this point, come back to the conversation. Right as the droid holds out a hand to you, actually, and introduces himself as Walker.
Walker, I'll shake his hand. Not to be disrespectful, are you a government android or a cyborg? Just so I know how to respect this.
Are you particularly squeamish?
No. I look
He-
over, I
he
lug up.
turns
No,
around,
no.
He turns around, actually sticks a finger in a socket, and his head goes, tss, 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 and you can see the head little ka-tsunk, and you can see a human brain. Little ka-tsunk.
I
That
just like.
is fantastic.
I was about to say. I just want to say that that is a beautiful exoskeleton. I just wanted to actually be able to say that to a cyborg before sounding disrespectful. If you were an android.
I'm
Oh,
glad
I'm
you.
sorry, Pup. If I've been disrespectful, do you have like a human brain in there and I've been treating you like a dog?
No, I am dog.
Oh, thank God.
Yes.
Thank God. Man's
And
best
he actually
friend.
sort of walks over and
Man's
goes,
best friend.
he sort of gives a little scritch behind the ears. It's like, yes, this is Boone. He's sort of
to any crew.
our you get the name. Not a lot of people get the name. He just sort of helps us around here with tracking and whatnot.
So, I don't know if this is like a socially awkward question to ask or not. Please forgive me if it is.
It's fine.
What percentage of you have left is organic? Just that?
Yeah,
That's fucking awesome.
I'm glad you think so.
Do you have tactile sensation? Do you have any sensation, or is it just like managing a puppet?
I can feel things when I touch them, but I can't really discern between different things.
They didn't even give you the difference between a tactile and a fucking thermal sensor?
Nope. I'm afraid that our higher-ups didn't really see it fit to upgrade my tech as stuff like that came
Are you really planning on kidnapping
Oh my
this
God.
guy?
became more and more available.
Oh my god, dude. Here, I'm gonna pull out one of the business cards from the cloning guy,
He takes the business card.
and I'm like, call him, tell him that Bob sent you, okay? I am positive he can make you a new skin, so you can at least feel things again.
He sort of puts the card into basically a card reader pocket. It's like, I'll
This dude's gonna be on a ship tomorrow.
reach out regarding that. it would admittedly be nice to have distinguishing feeling like that. I haven't really been able to feel the difference between warm and cold in a good
I can't even imagine
clink,
how
clink,
sad.
clink, clink. 150
No.
years.
I just enjoyed one of the best meals I've ever had in the last 2,000 years.
God, I miss food.
Yeah, right.
And I just thought to myself, I couldn't even imagine it, how bad it would be not even be able to taste it. Never mind not being able to feel how nice and soft and fuzzy this dog is.
But the dog is eating it eventually like goes like belly up.
Yeah, no, it's
like
just
that.
this dude's
The
gonna
voice-
be on a ship
The
tomorrow.
voice is just going friend, friend, friend.
I'm everyone's friend.
Why are you asking me to submit this report? Because we're adopting the android and the dog, and because Master Chief has to stay.
But Walker's being very amicable talking to you guys.
Yeah.
He's very like in
Um,
contrast to how brazen and loud he is. He's very quiet and composed and
That's funny.
friendly and stuff like that.
So you've been like this for 150 years?
Been over that. I've only been in active service for 150 years.
Once again, I'm not sure if this is being too personal,
people-
but what happened to your body?
People see and they have questions, so I fully get it. Well, if you're really interested to know,
I'm fascinated, man.
you all that
You're one of the coolest things I've seen
you
since
all
I
that
got
familiar with the
Frozen.
lunar conflict?
I know a little bit.
I got blown up. In
I
the
remember
lunar
when it was
conflict.
starting, or before it started.
I got blown up in the lunar conflict, very bad, and you know a lot
So
of.
did my cryo facility.
Oh, okay. Glad to know I wasn't alone then. I was coalition soldier, much like you, for instance. I fought on the front lines in that month of bloody battle. Probably one of the last fights I actually fought. I took pretty much a torpedo for a comrade of mine.
I salute you, hero.
That's fine. Guy's long dead by now. Scientists in the medical ward were feeling a bit extra experimental. Apparently they had found this old VHS of something called the $6 Million Man, or whatever.
A classic.
They thought, we can try to replace with cybernetics. This is not quite as advanced as your other friend over there, and he points to Lugnut, who's immediately, like, eyes
He's a
locked
living
on.
tool.
His eyes are locked on him. It's not subtle at all. You can see him like, what the fuck are you? Not quite as advanced as your friend over there. But they figured they could fix me with cybernetics, and the process proved intensive on the biology that was
I
left.
can imagine. Lugnut's a fucking pro. You know, if anyone can make
Is-
anything better for you,
Wait, is that the he sort of just robotically, like his legs sort of turn and then the rest of his body turns, and he's like, wait, is that the guy who builds the Red Robot and stuff like
Red
that?
Comet?
Yes. And that is the pilot for Red Comet. Red Comet's in the hold of our ship.
It's neat.
His ship.
My ship.
I recognize their work. They're pretty good from what I've been able to see. But all they could
Getting
really
better every time.
all they could really salvage was the old thinker. So they put me in here. A bit jaded these days, but still pretty devout to the coalition. And
Do you want me to try to officially adopt these
I'm
people?
just
No.
I've just kind of been in service since then. I'm here at the moment since there's no active conflict.
Then I would highly recommend contact him, let him know that I sent you, and that you're looking for a new skin.
That sounds very unsettling, but I might take you
No,
up
don't
on
think
that.
about how unsettling it is. Think about how wonderful it would be to be able to feel again. You could make love to a woman again.
His face doesn't portray a lot of emotion, but he sort of does like a as you can tell, he's clearly thinking.
It's been that long.
Dude's been a robot for nearly 200 years.
But it's been an honor meeting you. Stand up from petting the dog for a moment.
You all seem like a wonderful bunch. It's been nice to meet you too.
By the way, I'm Bob from What the Fuck.
Oh, that's you?
Hi.
Oh, all right. He won't admit it, but Hyde over there's a big fan. You see, as he's still like dragging the captain back, but at this point they actually kind of get here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I figured it's been so long, you guys don't have any nice stations to listen to, music or anything like that, and it's horrible trying to find any news as to what's going on. So I thought I'd start a channel and keep people informed and give some entertainment.
It's not a particularly bad idea. And by this point,
I'll step
Fenris
over.
is back, and him and the captain have been having a bit of a dialogue at this point.
Yeah. And don't worry, none of this has been recorded.
Oh, thank you. I do thank you for that. General public is kind of freaked out by this usually.
Yeah.
So at this point, Master Chief Hyden's like, it's always nice to catch up with an old. Sort of punches the captain in the shoulder. Oh, war buddy. It's like, sort of face palms with his metal hand, really unflinched. I am a jackass. I totally forgot about our meeting and stuff.
I got the recap of all the routes and the Lunar Wraith activity from
Walker.
Walker.
Yeah, it's. Thanks for handling that, Walker. It's no problem.
As far as any other updates on my end, you can let the Solar Coalition know that current flight patterns have been agreeable. We're currently en route for the deposit of the Martian goods. Everything else is pretty standard. I'll update when we get to our next colony or thereabouts.
Yes, sir. Is there anywhere else you want me to redirect the bad guys? You say the word, I could probably talk them into going anywhere you want.
It's not untrue.
No, it is accurate.
If you wanted to keep running interference like you did, just communicate to us through
Where you feel like sending them.
where you're sending them, so we can appropriately stock security.
Well, see, I'm not really sure. I don't know space all that well. I've kind of been out of the
I
loop.
look over at the captain now, acknowledging that he's here because we've been ignoring him, and that's kind of mean. But, Captain, what colony are we going to be at with the teens?
With the what?
When we get to the, 15, 16, 13, 12, what teens? I didn't say that right. I mean, I'm not in character. I'm just asking more generally.
You'll be stopping at 19, then 15, then 11.
So,
then the moon.
So
immediately
after we get
11.
to 19, let's reference them up to 16. So since we're on 15. So the next blockade can be set for the 16th colony.
Okay.
Would that work?
Okay, then I will advertise that I'm on my way to the 16th colony next.
You're not going to be there for a little while.
Yeah, I'll advertise it once we start leaving
Yeah,
here.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, your next stop is 25, and then after that it's 19.
Yeah, you want me to drop something about, unfortunately, we won't have a military presence at this one?
Hey, if you can do whatever you want to do,
I can play stupid, don't worry.
play stupid as much as you want. Me and the boys here were just completely eating that up. That was, that was fucking hilarious. That was beautiful, and the combat that ensued afterwards was, by God, that was.
It was
It's
beautiful.
amazing.
It was beautiful, man. I wish we had weapons like that to show off with. If I could get a
Voice
first-person view of of battles like that, could you imagine how much people would love seeing that on the airwaves?
That's true.
Hint, hint.
Well, I mean, just basically be like, add cameras to the next time we set the ambush. Yeah, we aim for 25 next. We could do it earlier. We could run it.
Yeah, you're headed from 30
I
to
mean,
25.
basically, let's take out the survivors that made it out of the last one. So we're headed for 25, right?
Yes.
What is the nearest one to that? Or even a small unmarked one?
I'd say before or after 25.
Or are there any abandoned space stations in the area?
Special exhibition match at an abandoned station. That was my thought.
Yeah,
And then
'Cause
you
then
just
there's
set
no-
up an ambush.
because then there's no security, there's nothing there.
And easy enough, you can make it
An
look.
old mining
Well-
station.
Hayden, what was that one they found the other day? Or wait, no, sorry. Walker, what was that one they found the other day? And Walker sort of like, you see his eyes sort of flicker, and then he's like, oh right, they found 27's wreckage the other day. It re-entered orbit. It's like, right. You could go there if you wanted to, or point them there. Not a lot of people are going to fuck around with that thing, not after what happened to it.
What
So,
happened?
special event session.
Please tell me more.
As you say
Drone aims.
As you say what
Yep.
happened, Sam, you feel something rub up against your leg.
The puppy?
It's Tabby.
Does the dog have to make a saving throw? To fight natural earth.
Okay, I rolled an 18 on agility to coax her up onto my arm to keep the dog away from hitting my
The
cat.
dog and Tabby immediately lock eyes, but they don't make any movements towards each other. And immediately you can see Walker take a step back when he realizes Tabby is there.
Oh, don't worry, good boy. She's a good cat.
And he just sort of points at Tabby and he's like, that happened.
It's a
Tabby.
space station full of kitties? That's fucking awesome! Can we go, boss? Can we go?
Did you guys not hear about that colony where they fucked around with cat genetics and they went dark about 24 hours later?
We gotta get catnip. Lots of catnip.
The fuck's
What's
a,
catnip?
the fuck's
Oh, let's look at you.
the fuck's a catnip?
It's an old plant. You feed it to a cat and they get all stoned and high.
I
and-
thought it was a cat execution device. The minute you said that, that's
See,
what he thought.
That's kind of what I thought.
An execution device.
It's drugged specifically for cats. It makes them more friendly and docile.
Execution device. He doesn't see the difference in his thought process.
Hayden
No.
is completely in agreement with you.
For an execution device for cats, you need dogs.
Boone stands up.
Money ball.
You know, dogs or birds of prey usually work best.
I'm kind of stroking Tabby.
Time is calm, but I don't think it's much of a coincidence she showed up when she did.
I basically was like, any other information you need from me, Master Chief?
Not much other than the official report. The captain did give you like a slip to pass them for
Yep.
just general info.
I think that's what I gave to Walker.
we are going to be, doing repairs and whatnot, and we're also going to be restocking some fuel, on top of fuel, like some food, and we're going to give you guys some more of a repair budget. I'm sure your crew chief, as eccentric as he is, will appreciate, because it seems like you guys are running into a lot more trouble than we thought you would.
There's been a few hiccups along the way, but nothing we haven't been able to handle. We have a pretty good crew.
I mean, we get some cool sci-fi shit.
What is a sci-fi?
Weapons,
Is that
armor, or other technology that does stuff that seems a bit more profound than normal. It's not the same technology that's been used for the last 10,000 years. You know, like
as the captain kind of heads back towards the ship.
like ray guns or solar pulse cannon, sonic pulse cannon, plasma rifle.
The crew chief flies in. What?
All right, boys. I just heard about our new budget.
Yes, of course. The crew chief is the first one who's like, budget.
All right, boys. I just heard about our new budget. I've been working on some stuff using a bit of info I gathered from the store from the basement. And I think I can make some cool gear for you guys if you can get me a few extra supplies.
Yeah.
I guess shopping trip works. I'll return Tabby and then I'll meet you guys.
I can give you
out.
guys a list if need be.
Yeah, if you want a smaller scale test of these beforehand, let me know. We might be able to use my ship to your advantage on that. Because, my ship can adapt a little bit quicker than most other ships. And I think you'd rather test on a small scale ship than a big one if you're trying anything brand new.
That's true. I more meant...
And of course, if you're doing it on my ship, I will foot at least a good portion of the bill.
That's nice to hear about. I was more in regards to personal armaments and gear.
Oh, I thought you were talking about ship upgrades.
I could also work on ship upgrades if you wanted.
Because I thought you were...
I have budget.
We have a lot of budget right now,
It's
guys.
budget for repairing the ship, so...
Well, it's a general ship budget.
Oh, I am sorry. I way overstepped my bounds on that one.
The official thing is that it's ship repairs, but it's kind of just like a general do what you need to with it.
Okay, then yeah, we would need like better armor, EV gear.
Because I've been listening in on a conversation you guys had about that whole Star Wars
Yeah.
thing, and I thought, damn,
I would love a lightsaber.
those light swords sounded cool.
Even I nod in agreement.
I think
as I come back.
I've got an idea of what I need. He actually tries to hand one of you guys a slip. Get these parts while you're out. I might be able to throw something together.
I take it, I scan it quick. My ship's already ordering it.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get AI.
It's going through the pricing.
Walker is
that's
actually like,
there.
if you're looking for armaments or gear, there's actually a new store that opened up in the civilian sector. You could go for some quality supplies, perhaps.
Oh, what's their name?
That's where I got. He sort of grabs the axe and gives it a twirl. That's where I got this thing from.
Nice. Pull up my machete,
Ah, nice.
and then I pull up the railgun. That's now been painted and shined up.
Yeah, now it looks kind of cool.
It's nice gear. But yeah, a new place just opened up. I think literally a day or two ago.
Awesome.
I had that.
If only it was a solo.
Wait.
Oh, he got one. This is where his branch office is?
He just opened 2 days ago. How do you know who that is?
Dude, it's me. Come on.
Oh wait, you run ads for him.
Yeah.
That
When you
makes
think about it, that
that
makes
makes
a lot of
sense. And then you can see his eyes flickering a bit more as he's putting
Yeah.
two and two
You
together.
like the outfit? Solo original, man.
Oh, okay. Makes sense about the gear too. Yeah, he showed up here about 2 days ago in a very clunky looking ship.
It got him here.
I got him.
I knew he was going the wrong direction.
We
He totally did. We love that dude.
yeah, he showed up 2 days ago.
And started a shop in 2 days. Like,
We
We
started a
fixed his
shop.
ship. I didn't fix his guidance system.
He showed up 2 days ago. Immediately bought a store that was up for sale, and we don't know where he got what he's selling from. But we're not
Don't
gonna
ask.
question. We're not questioning it because it's awesome. It's awesome gear.
Oh, hell yeah.
But, I'm sure you could find most of anything at Solo's.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure.
It's at this point that Hayden sort of swings around.
Military guys.
Yeah.
Okay. I know this is me overstepping my bounds, and I greatly apologize, but you have some amazing things here. If you have any old media, okay, that you're willing to donate or sell to the station, I am looking for old videos, entertainment programs, or also for your military establishment, any like news or propaganda you might want to share.
Well, on a couple of really
I have a
good
station. I need stuff to put
on
on
a
it.
couple of really good rolls that I just kind of made. Master Chief Hayden's like, old media. I think some of the boys said they found some old DVDs or something like that.
Perfect.
Some old informational movie things from way back, pre-colonization and whatnot.
I will buy them.
I'll see if I can just get them sent to you.
Sounds even better.
He's like, all right.
Tell you what, everyone that donates a piece of media to me, as long as it's usable, I will give them a voucher for free tickets to the Red Comet fight of their choice.
Get yourself a goddamn deal. He shakes your hand. He's like, all right, Walker, come on.
why are all these soldiers running down the street holding all these containers?
He's like, all right, Walker, let's get back to the office. He's like, yeah, yes, sir. They sort of walk off. Boone kind of sticks around for extra minute or so, and then there's a whistle, and he sort of like, goodbye, nice man. And then
Goodbye. Be good.
and then he sort of runs after them. The crew chief immediately turns back around and goes back to shouting at people. But
Yep.
before he goes, he's like, yeah, if you can get those supplies, then I might be able to make some things for you.
I already have the order out, man.
And then he blasts off.
We're just price checking at this point.
And then he sort of blasts off, and you guys now have free reign of the colony.
All right, boss. So, what do you want to do?
Well, I say we visit our buddy Solo.
Oh, I completely agree.
That first thing I want to do is go visit Solo.
Let's walk and talk.
Yep.
Hey, Lugnut, you coming with us? Let's go visit Solo.
Oh, sure. Look,
You'll love it.
the men seemed very interesting from what I saw.
You
Wait
might
till
have
you
some
see his
stuff
store.
for you. Alright.
I can use this map for this because it has buildings
So-
on it.
Yeah.
What do you think for the next one? Do you want to try and set up a fight on this like cat colony? Because I mean, even if we don't go,
I think the cat colony is off limits after what
because
happened.
even if we don't go, if we can lure them down there and let the cats take them out, 2 birds with 1 stone, man. 2 birds with 1 stone. All we have to do is drop a relay that makes it look like we're transmitting from there.
That means we have to go to the colony, though, to set the relay.
No. Solo could send a drone that far. You don't think he could fire a missile and hit the colony?
Oh, if that's the only purpose is a relay missile, then yeah, we can hit the colony with a missile, and then, it means...
Only instead of it going boom, it drops off a relay.
Yeah, I guess so.
Other than Lugbud, are you bringing anyone else with you?
I'll communicate as we walk. I'll just pop up Reynolds and Jenkins. Where are they at the bar?
They immediately went to a bar.
Okay, I figured as much. I
Did
checked
the
with
kitty go
Dara.
back to the ship, or is it still with you?
The ship? Oh, the
Kitty.
drone's still following me.
Your kitty.
Oh, Kitty? I brought it back to ship.
Okay.
Yeah, it would have gone back on its own.
I brought it back because I don't want it to get loose. Mostly because I don't want to lose my cat. It's less because I give a shit about the settlement.
Alright.
But I'll
Yeah,
take
got
the drone
loose.
with me, Alfred.
But yeah, you guys head further into the colony, and I'm not gonna make you roll for it as you're just sort of walking through. You can tell this colony is definitely not as clean as that other really big one. It's a lot dirtier. A lot of the advanced tech in it is just as advanced, but a lot more like DIY sort of looking.
Yeah. So it's basically
It's
like
a bit dimmer, honestly. You think they might not have had as much upkeep as other ones.
So
There's
I keep a lookout for junk shops and
there's a lot of sort of kind of sketchy looking shops and stuff like that. If you wanted to actually try to find like a junk shop,
I just take note of them.
Okay.
We can hit them on the way back.
There's a lot of different. They're making a lot of use of different hard light projectors and stuff
yeah.
like that.
Very neon. It reminds
As
me
you
of
come to
Loco.
basically a town square.
Hi, Caxus.
Hello.
Apparently tabbed. I don't know. Go ahead.
Thanks for watching. As you guys reach pretty much what you can assume is a town square, you do see like a terminal with all sorts of neon hard light projections, and there's different signs with flickering lights and whatnot. And then amidst all of these shady looking, really run down shops is one that is pristine.
That's got to be Solos.
And as you look up at it, you see in that familiar font, Solos, with like a little squared 2 next to it.
Fantastic.
Good to see our friend is
Yeah.
keep
You have
busy.
no clue how he was able to set this up so quickly.
So I'm gonna go right in there. Greetings and salutations, my dear friend.
Ah, my friend! It is good to see you!
Fantabulous. You beat us here and built a shop.
Yeah, I went the wrong way, but I figured, hey, what the hell? I've been intending on franchising for some time, and I had a cousin back at the first shop who could take over while I was gone.
Good for him. Find anything good yet?
Oh, there's so much to be found here.
Oh, fantastic.
The better part of it being so run down and shitty is that there's a lot of junk no one's using.
I bet you a lot of recustomized stuff.
Sort of reaches into a thing, and he pulls out it's like this ridiculous, very tacky looking sword, and he flicks a switch, and it's a thermoblade, but the blade spins into like a drill basically. It's like, this is the most impractical weapon I have ever seen in my life, and I love it.
Lugnut, look.
He is awestruck. He reaches into his pocket and he slams down a brick of like physical credit. It's like, bam! How much? My friend.
Solo, meet Lugnut.
I remember seeing you on the ship. He was a big cyborg man.
Proud owner of Red Comet.
Oh, that's you! Right. Well, my friend, as an associate of Bob here, I won't cost you nearly that much, but maybe about half as much as however much that is. And Lugnut just sort of hands him it, and he takes the spinny sword and it deactivates it and puts it in like a backpack attachment that he has on. He's like, I will now, excuse me, I must peruse the aisles, and he immediately walks off.
Excellent.
I'm just chuckling, actually, in character next to that, watching it.
So, find any media?
Oh, yes! Hold on, let me make a few rolls. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's really good. Oh, yes! I found some more VHS tapes. And he sort of turns back around and he takes out actually a cardboard box, pretty much. It looks
Fantastic.
beaten to hell, but he opens it up and there's a lot of really dusty VHS tapes on the inside.
I tapped the drone. Send over one of the big guys to do the delivery so that Solo here doesn't have to waste his time coming back to our ship.
Roger, boss. There's some beeps and stuff. I'm gonna go roll for how many tapes are in here.
It's a box of media.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
There's a box of, we'll say, like 80s media.
Perfect.
A couple sci-fi shows,
best.
a couple of movies.
Corny as hell shit.
I'll say maybe like the rest of Battlestar Galactica.
Bonus!
That is
Yeah,
a
I'll say
bonus.
I'll just say the rest of Battlestar Galactica. Empire Strikes Back. We'll give you one Star Wars.
Wow, whoa.
Wow. Well, there's copies of Empire everywhere. If you're going to find one of any of the copies.
It would be that one.
Yeah.
A couple of just random things. I don't know. There's some other like 80s movies.
Copy of Spaceballs.
Yeah, okay. You get Empire and Spaceballs, and they're kind of packed in together like you thought they were the same thing.
At a glance, I could see it.
Yep.
So,
What else came out in the 80s?
Black Hole. Flight of the Navigator.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future and Flight of the Navigator. And we
Right.
have all genres covered.
And Godzilla 1985, just cuz.
Definitely.
Oh my god,
Finally,
can't wait
Godzilla
for
movie.
a kaiju movie.
Yep. So you have the rest of Battlestar Galactica, Empire Strikes Back, Spaceballs,
Flight of the
And
Navigator.
like
Flight of the
random
Navigator.
episodes of Ultraman
Back to the
or
Future.
Power Rangers.
We'll say the first season of Ultraman, or the first series collection of Ultraman.
And a random video that just has a whole bunch of taped afternoon shows. So it's like one episode of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, one episode of like Power Rangers.
Super Friends or something.
Yep.
And then also a Godzilla 1985 VHS.
Okay.
So it's a lot of stuff. He slams it on the desk. I think you and him had an agreement that the advertising he was paying for meant that you would...
That's why I don't have a price for
Yeah.
solos.
He gives you those instead of advertising. So there's other stuff amongst it, but it's like the highlights.
Yeah. Every time I air any of these, it gets sponsored by Solo
Oh, yeah.
Goods.
So
There's-
it's promotion for him.
Yeah.
That he
There's a
gets.
lot in here. This is gonna be big.
Yeah. Hours and hours of promotion from...
Shows and movies and all sorts of
You're gonna have to
goodies.
get another channel, just like the movie channel. Soon.
I have multiple tiers on this channel.
That's right. Well, that tiers is like.
Yeah, so I can have a video that's doing video, another one that's doing the
Okay,
sound,
I
and
Oh
another one that's
yes, I
communication.
found one more thing. I'm not sure if it fits into what you are doing, but it might. And he reaches under the desk and he pulls out, in surprisingly good condition, a Game Boy.
Okay. Plot down 20 credits.
Oh,
Fair enough?
okay, yeah.
He wasn't gonna charge you. But
He hands you the Game Boy. It's got a
Pokemon?
We'll say it's got Pokemon Red in the thing.
Pokemon.
It is a classic Game Boy in surprisingly good condition because
Okay.
those things are fucking durable, and it's got a cartridge of Pokemon Red in it.
I open up the back panel to see if the batteries are all screwed up.
There aren't any batteries, but
Perfect.
it's easy enough to get more.
Yep.
Yeah.
Double A's are pretty cheap these days.
Well, that you could just actually plug it out from a
Yeah.
power strip
So-
on the ship.
I have another weird suggestion.
Okay.
I started getting paranoid on the last flight over here. It occurred to me, I have like an EV suit thing now, okay, but, you know, I'm like terrified of like being thrown out into outer space.
It is an understandable fear.
I was on a rocket too.
Yeah.
Yes, I very much thought that was going to happen to me, as it happened to my cousin Duo when he tried the experimental version of that vessel I was in.
That sucks.
Yes.
Okay, is there any way that you can get like a full, like EV suit that's like comfortable to wear? Maybe with like, and I know this is pushing it, but with like, augments to joints to give you like a little bit better strength and stuff if necessary, or a little bit extra jump.
Give me a second, my friend. And he ducks back into like one of the various closets full of stuff. You hear a lot of rustling around, and then one crash, and then wheeling it out on pretty much like a dolly. I rolled a fucking 18. Is pretty much exactly what you asked for. It is a very high-tech EV. It's a little dusty, it's a little smudged, but it's very high-tech. It's surprisingly slim. It's got maneuverability. You see like brakes in like the padding for better maneuverability and articulation. And
So it's a
whatnot.
power suit.
It's a power suit.
How much?
Oh wait, right. I was using D100s for prices. We haven't had to
I'm-
roll
I'm-
prices in a
I'm
while
gonna
because
whisper
you're
over
so...
to you. Imagine this with that suit.
Well, then it would. I mean, a power suit would make my outfit look different. I mean, if it's an
Yeah.
exosuit, it would just be like something I could add to it. I mean, I'm thinking that this is a mech suit. Like you're getting a. It's metal.
I was just looking for a basic EV, like enhanced armor suit kind of thing. Not a full power suit, but
1900 credits.
take 2,000.
Oh, okay.
It's easier for me to do my math.
And you have enough.
I don't know. I'm trying to be fair about this when you guys have so much fucking money.
He has so much money. Let me point that out. He's the one getting the.
You have a lot of money too.
I have a lot of money. Yeah, I just haven't used it.
Anything else cool?
Do you have any requests, either of you? Sorry to ignore you, my friend.
Plasma rifle.
Does not exist yet. I am sorry.
Fuck you. Sonic pulse cannon.
Maybe let me check.
Okay. Or how about
Damn it.
miniature drones that can work in the void of space with explosive rounds?
I am not the right person for that.
That'd be qualified as military.
You already have done...
I don't know what the line is here anymore. I see this. I can get rail guns, and I can get guns that shoot all kinds of weird elemental
But detonator
projectiles.
drones is a
But
coalition
explosives are bad.
Don't, I just don't have that stuff in stock. Don't you have a contact with drone suppliers?
Yeah, but they don't put explosives on them for me.
Have you asked?
They said that they're not allowed to put weapons on them directly, including explosives.
Damn.
thing. Yeah, that's.
I'd have to
coalition thing.
customize them all myself, and that's
Well,
a
I
pain in the
couldn't
ass.
supply you with drones, but I could supply you
I'll
with
talk to the military
explosives
guys.
or something.
See if I can steal a case of their ammo.
And you realize he's been reaching underneath the desk this entire time, and then he... Because fucking hell, my dice really like you guys. A sonic pulse cannon. It's a very big, bulky gun. The front of it kind of looks like a radar dish.
It's basically a grenade launcher of.
It is a
Cyclone.
sonic stun gun, basically.
How heavy is it?
Not heavy enough to be a strength weapon to wield, but it's
On
pretty...
the heavier side.
It's pretty bulky. I'll say now, if you were to fire it, it would do a cone of damage, pretty much.
Okay, so you're throwing this in with the suit then?
Sure.
Deal. Now I don't have to do math.
My friend, would you like anything?
I want to attach this to a drone.
How is that sword I sold you holding up?
Oh, very good. I have it set up for a probably future channel hero, I guess. Still not understanding all the concepts of that, but
Wait till you see some of this media, then you'll fully understand.
I'm looking at Star Wars right
We'll
now.
fucking say Batman 1989 is one of those. Okay, why not?
Oh, make it the Batman Returns
From
with
the-
Joker and Two-Face, just because it's so absolutely over-the-top ludicrous.
Oh,
With
Batman and Robin?
Yeah.
No, Batman Forever.
Yeah, Batman
Yeah,
Forever.
Batman and
That's also
Forever.
my favorite Batman
With
movie.
Jim Carrey's Riddler.
Yeah.
It's the most recent, because that's 94. I know that
Yeah.
because when I was a kid. Like,
Yeah, sure. So there's a Batman Forever VHS in there.
my character is glued to it. Now that he's like just,
You're like, oh hey, it's the Solar Shade. Wait a minute.
yeah, like looking at the mask, thinking of my mask, the cloak.
Who is this Batman?
Yeah, I take that out of the box. I'm just staring at it. Like, I won't break it or anything at this point.
You're gonna love that one, man. Oh,
Seems fitting.
do you have a item that will shoot like a line out, like a grapple hook, that can reel it back in quick?
A grapple gun? Those are everywhere, my friend. Hold on.
Oh, shit! Awesome. Give me 3.
Oh, okay. It equals bam, bam, bam. Three grapple launchers. I'll have to figure out the mechanics of it next time we're on break. But
It's a grapple gun. That's
Yeah.
all you need.
it's got like a 50-foot range, we'll say.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's perfect.
It's one of those pointed end ones, so you can theoretically shoot
I
it
hand
into
you
a
one.
person.
Okay, so that gives me 2 grapple guns.
I mean, yeah, 50-foot range, grapple gun.
They're the pointy end ones, so you can theoretically shoot it at a guy.
Oh my god.
And then scorpion pull.
Pull him with one hand, grab the sword. Jeez, I'm gonna be Batman. Or the Solar Shade. I like that.
Why don't you think of a better name?
I kind of like the Solar Shade now. Well, it references the Shadow to me, and granted, the Shadow would be a cool name, but that's also kind of copyright.
And it's that nice oxymoron name too.
Yeah, right.
Because the sun casts a shadow.
Yeah, so you
I
have the
am
solar,
Shade.
the light of the solar, and then in the shadows of that light is the solar shade. Where the light of the solar coalition does not truly shine,
The
There
hero emerges.
will be the solar shadow.
Please make perception rolls.
11.
Dirty 20?
So you don't see it, but you matched it. You can immediately see there is a small crowd gathering outside of Solos. The windows are kind of tinted, so you really just see shapes of people.
So let me try on that suit a moment.
Okay, he sort of takes it off the dolly and
I start gearing myself up in it.
Is that one of the blue exoskeleton?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That or a mech suit? Like,
And as I'm doing that, I look over at you and Lugnut.
not
Like,
quite that one.
we have a crowd.
are they here for us? Can I go to the window and take a perception check?
Yeah, make a. I'm trying to. You know the ones I'm looking for.
Oh, I know the ones you're looking for.
The night one. Yeah. No.
No?
The bat arm. The not the big bat armor, the small bat armor.
This one?
No, the capeless one. Remember the guy I had it as in dark and
Not this one.
The one that was smaller than
I think you're holding it.
I'm sorry, I'm a pain.
Oh, this one.
that. Yeah. this one.
Gotcha. Okay. I know. We were gonna get
Yeah.
there.
That's why I said the night one because
The night one,
I
yeah.
use this as that bad guy. This basically, but without the back
Perfect.
features.
Yeah.
So you can immediately step into that. You can put your hat on it if you want.
I'll put my hat and my like overcoat
Coat.
on it.
So you put your hat and your coat on it, so it is this full-fledged EV armor with a pirate hat and a cape.
15. Can I tell what they look like outside?
Yeah, I'll say through the tinted glass, you can tell this isn't like eager customers. This is like
Now, I did send for one of my larger drones to come.
you did.
So, can
Make
they...
a roll for me.
I rolled a 19.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay.
You want to see? It's right here.
Grab a big drone. Your big drone will arrive in one round.
Okay.
It will pretty much arrive the second actions start to be made. But you can tell after.
My drone's still with me, right? The one that
Oh
follows
yeah,
me.
your
Yeah.
your little guy.
Well,
Where'd I put your little guy?
and so the guys outside are looking hostile, right?
You can. You're a military guy.
Yeah.
You can tell you guys are getting into formation. You press a button on your communicator. The drone pretty much spins around and.
I really want to play the Batman Beyond the soundtrack right now. Like that theme song would be
Dun,
perfect.
dun, dun.
I haven't heard it in a forever.
Solo. Got any flash grenades or smoke grenades?
Oh, my friend, check that closet behind you.
I asked
Open
him.
it up.
It's full of grenades, just haphazardly tossed into shelving units.
Okay. I have no
With
idea what
labels.
any
I'll
of,
grab a few smokes. Well, since we're
I have
doing that.
no idea what any of them are, so I'm just gonna grab like 5 random grenades.
Cool.
I'm
We'll
sorry
make some.
for copyright now.
We'll make some random. We'll make some random rolls for what they do when you throw them. Fuck yeah. Solo immediately also sees the guy. He's like, oh no, seems like we have company. You see him pretty much disappear beneath the desk, and then he comes back up with a weirdly old military helmet and a very large rifle. It's like, if it were anyone else, I would run, but I like you kids.
Well, we gotta make sure to protect you, Solo.
Solo needs a mini.
Voice modifier.
Solo will use the scientist's mini for now, just because they both kind of look sketchy.
Yeah. Worry not, peaceful storekeeper. The solar shade shall protect you from this evil.
I nod.
Drone
slowly.
camera immediately pivots over to you as you throw the helmet on and the hood over it. And you turn around and it's pretty much dun-dun-dun-dun.
So, remember I said I was going to grab 3 of those grenades?
Yep.
I look back at you and I look over at Lugnut. What's he doing?
He pokes his head over a shelf. He's like, what's going on? I zoned out.
Hostiles outside. Looks like... actually, I gotta keep the mask on. Hostiles outside. We'll handle it if you want to cover Solo.
He steps out and you can see those kind of General Grievous subarms he has are holding a lot of weapons. He sort of pockets them, grabs the spinny sword out of his backpack, flicks it on. He's like, don't mind me, Mr. Solo, sir. I'll be right here with you.
Awesome. Okay, turn the thing on. Do I feel like a bit more strong and
Oh yeah,
agile?
there's
Yeah.
support. You can tell in the boots and in the forearms that this will have some kick to it. Quite literally.
Okay, then I'll pull out the handgun with the cryo rounds in it, and my plasma sword in the other hand. And I'll look at you, I'm like, my drone should be here in about a moment. So, how do you want to do this?
You see me hold up the 2 smoke grenades and then a flashbang grenade. Way to start a fight. I'll get behind the door and just...
Should we find out who they are first, or say hi?
We'll tell from their dead bodies. As I crack the door.
Damn, Mr. Military Man going for blood.
You tell me there's a bunch of guys getting in formation with
Yeah.
guns, am I right? Then yes.
Let's
Yes.
take a moment. We'll get the drone. I'll have my drone say hi. If they attack my drone, they'll be looking at it to the side instead of us.
Sorry.
And then we can take them out. How's that sound, sir?
He puts the grenades on his belt.
Just in case there's some type of peaceful here. I don't expect there to be, but I'd rather the drone gets hit than us.
He thinks for a moment, and then he puts down the smoke grenades and grabs the flashbang. If they attack the droid, the flashbang flies.
Perfect.
Alright, so as your drone hovers in overhead, making Jetson's hovercraft noises,
Yeah.
you can immediately see on your wrist communicator, these are very clearly some sketchy goons who are openly
Yeah.
brandishing weapons.
On loudspeaker. Greetings.
Now let me do it like, ah!
You are brandishing weapons in a public area. Please put your weapons away and disperse peacefully.
They all kind of take a step back, seeing this big-ass dark purple drone. And then your drone picks up some audio from behind it and the feed goes dead.
They killed my drone. They're fucking dead, man. I put the pistol away. I put the sword away. Out comes the gun. The rail gun.
This is about right as you see the drone go clink, 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 and then another figure walks here, distinctly bulkier than the others.
Looks like they might have an enhanced. At this moment, I'm like, ready. I crack the door just a little bit, pop the flashbang, and toss the flashbang out the door.
Roll an advantage, because they're kind of distracted.
My first roll was an 18. If I wanted to add
Alright,
my
so
throw
where
to
are you
that, that's
tossing? I'll say from the front.
dead center, like next to this guy's back, so I can try to clear that corner.
Here,
Yep.
a failure, and a pass. So this guy sort of spins around, but this guy takes it and goes down. Just completely blinded, trips on something, falls down.
Boss, duck, open the door.
I smash the door open and
Okay.
fade to the
I
side.
pull the pins out of 3 of the random grenades, and I just throw them all through the door.
Okay.
Close
Three
it.
random grenades.
I'm gonna roll some D100s. Okay.
I'm pissed.
I know. I'm like, I just hold the door shut and brace.
Make a roll for throw. Real quick, just.
6 plus 3, so that'd be a 9.
So 3 grenades, correct?
Yep.
One lands next to this guy. It's a dud. One hits this guy pretty much square in the chest. It is an incendiary grenade. So he is
That
immediately
fucker's burning
immediately
to death.
on fire. He has not stopped dropping and rolling. He's just flailing. This one kind of hits over here, and the guy who dodged out of the way is immediately. It's just kind of a general boom grenade, as he hasn't knocked off his feet, but he's pushed this way, and then another dud hits this dude in the face, just sort of bink.
Turn around. Solo. Your grenades are duds.
It's an old stash. I am sorry.
Fuck it. Let's get him, boss.
Charge in there and attack the first guy closest to me standing.
Alright, we'll run
I'm
rotation.
staying at the doorway.
Okay, we'll run rotation to you to me.
Yeah, I'm more a weapon guy than a
Yeah.
range guy.
So you
than
charge
I
it
am melee.
here. You see a guy rolling on the ground who's got his palms in his eyes pretty much. This guy has a bit of shrapnel in his side. This guy is on fire. This guy's like, what the fuck? This guy's pretty much got a gun trained on you, and then you can see behind him. Roll history.
Nat 20.
You know this, man. This is the lead executioner of the Lunar Wraiths.
I do call out over my shoulder to you. Lunar Wraith General.
On a nat 20, I'll tell you that this man is extremely high profile, and that he has assassinated and even publicly killed higher-ups in the Coalition government, even on Earth. You can tell if he's being sent there desperate.
Okay. Quick message to my ship. Make sure you get a good shot of this.
A second smaller camera drone flies over and is immediately
Flies
live
in.
broadcasting the fight.
Yep, you first.
Yeah, you step out. You've got a dude to your right, etc.,
And we have
etc.
surprise.
Yeah, I'm gonna just turn to this guy. Looks like he has some shrapnel. This dude's blinded. That dude's rubbing his head. That dude's on fire.
And you saw me pull up my railgun.
Yeah, so I'm gonna move over to this guy immediately.
Take a swing. The standard melee rules apply to your weapon in regards to adding like dexterity and con, I think.
Yep. So 17.
That'll hit.
So 15 damage, 3 cryo damage.
So you pretty much charge out of this door, and this guy's got his gun drained on you, but then he doesn't have arms. As you, in one swift motion,
I was double sword handing the fucking slice.
as you just pretty much, his arms fly in different directions, his stumps steaming with cryo energy that you can see is moving into his shoulders as he immediately flies back disarmed. You just did almost as much HP as he had. He's not dead, but he's fucked.
Okay.
As you kind of step this way as you're engaging him.
Yep.
So of the two, which one looks like they have the heavier armor or arms?
Out of who?
Out of the two standing.
Yeah, that guy.
All right, he's one I'll take a shot at
Go ahead.
with the cryo ammo railgun. 11. That'll be 14 to hit. Oh, actually, plus 17 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
Okay, and then that's
It's his exact AC. He's wearing like a military vest.
Okay.
okay. So that would be 6 points physical, and then another 2 points cryo. Hey, Joe.
Hi, Joe. We're actually doing combat for once.
Yeah.
Um,
And I
so-
only get one shot per round.
yeah.
Yeah.
As you use it more and become more proficient, you can get into like multiple shots and whatnot. But you shoot this guy, it pierces his vest, and you can see the steam billowing out from his wound as he takes a step back shot. It hurt. It wasn't quite an immediate killing blow because he was wearing the vest, but
Yeah. The foes of the coalition have come to bear. It appears the Wraith have sent their strongest assassins. Will the Shade be able to overcome?
Alright, so first off, I'm gonna roll some.
with this fire.
First off, I'm gonna roll some fire damage for the guy who got hit by the incendiary grenade.
Joe says it sounds good. LOL.
Alright, so this guy's still on fire. He apparently stop, drop, and roll isn't a thing these days, because he's just flailing and patting, and he's still on fire, and his screams are beginning to turn a little gargly. He is at 4 HP, I'll just let you guys know.
So he's probably not gonna get up.
No.
He'll melt himself before that.
I didn't roll particularly high on those D100s, that was the really high one. Then, I guess it's the bad guy's turn. Maybe they'll actually get to do stuff. How fitting. Alright, so armless guy trips and falls. This guy takes a shot, but he's still not steady on his feet. Hits the window next to you. You hear a swear from Solo as his property is damaged. What's your AC? It's 20, right?
20 now.
This guy does not hit you then. He would have hit you without that. As he pumps pretty much a shotgun, and he fires it, and like maybe a few pellets scrape the armoring,
But no
but
damage.
no damage is dealt to you. It's not even really that bad. However, on a nat 20, the Lunar Wraith Executioner immediately locks blades with you. You can tell this guy's a professional with a blade. As he did roll high enough to hit you. He does,
Must be glad you raised your AC.
Yeah, right.
he does 12 damage to you.
Okay, and yeah, post note if you don't
Yep.
mind.
He does 12 physical damage to you.
Okay.
And an extra 6 pyro. He's using
Do I have half that because I'm advantage
Elemental.
on
half of the
elementals?
pyro?
Half of the pyro.
Yeah.
So,
So, yeah, it'll be 15 total damage then. I'll say because you've got that resistance, even though he rolled a nat 20, you will not be receiving the burn condition
Yeah.
because of the suit. But it does actually cut pretty much across an arm.
Yeah. It hurt.
And he's pretty much locked blades with you in a duel now. This is a D12, not a
His
D20.
fire versus your ice.
As the swords collide, it is really cool.
Yeah, I'm sure. And then we have
It's
like
a lot of-
smoking and steam.
It's a lot of the smoke and steam is the ching. It might as well be a lightsaber duel. This guy doesn't get up.
Okay.
So it's back to you.
Let me just check some of my sheet. So, yeah, I'm gonna try to off action. Can I try to push him off balance before I try to take a swing?
I call that a bonus action.
Okay, so I'll try to make a
Shove?
a shove action to try to give myself advantage on the
Make a
attack.
strength roll.
12.
No.
So then,
He's sturdy.
yeah. So then I'll just try to get under his guard.
You
and
connect
swing.
an elbow, but he's sturdy.
No. I think I rolled a 17. Is that it?
No, actually.
No, I don't think so.
He parries your blow.
Yep.
Swords lock. There's a big ting.
Okay.
So then it's you.
I am going to slip back the railgun, pull out my sword. As I click it on, I'm going to yell out, "You should not damage the goods of private citizens who are not involved in your petty conflicts." As I rush forward at full leap to try and impale the 6-gun shooter guy.
This guy?
Yep. I am just using the suit's full power to leap forward with the sword out.
Alright, yeah. I don't have stats ready for that suit. So I'm going to say, make a...
I will be surprised by its own power too, because I've only taken like 3 steps in it.
Make...
Charge!
Make the... Whatever
Dexterity
attack roll... Make a attack roll with your sword, but make it with advantage.
I'm glad it was advantage.
Is that a nat 20?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say
I
you
went
probably
from 3 to
die.
nat
How do you
20.
want to do this?
As I go strushing forward, I don't realize how much power we're in the legs for the leaping situation. So not only do I leap and like embed the sword into his chest, but I go like into elbow deep into his chest cavity, and I'm kind of stuck there for a moment. I go to kick it off, and the body goes flying across the floor.
The cryoblade cuts a perfect tunnel through his
Oh no,
torso.
mine's the
He's-
superheated
the
plasma machete.
pyroblade.
Yeah.
The pyroblade
You just
blade
fireballed his chest.
burns a perfect hole through which your arms slip through as you fully penetrate his torso. And as you're kind of stuck amongst the gore, you kind of instinctively go to kick, and you full on kick and ragdoll him against this thing. He drops to the down dead.
With a hole in his chest, that's like
They,
this big.
with a sizzling hole in it. He was
Sizzling.
dead when you impacted, but now his body is contorted as he ricochets off this, like, help info thing. As he hits it, it's like, please do not hit the display.
And that is why you do not damage personal goods.
Gonna make a quick morale check.
Flaming charge of justice.
So the morale is okay. I'm gonna make some enemy rolls. He's dead. His gargles stop. He's fully dead, and he's just roasting now.
As a bonus action, I know this is pushing it. Can I coup de grace the guy that's stunned?
Let's say make a we'll make a quick contested roll.
10. Is that a strength or a dex?
Dex, we'll call it.
So
For you.
13.
I rolled a 4. So yeah, after
I don't even look at it as I'm doing it. I'm like shaking it off, and I just kind of lean over a little bit, and I just like accidentally stab him right
you
through.
stab this dude in the rib, he lets a scream out as his clothes catch fire.
I go to apologize, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. He's doing the same thing as this guy now. He's gonna be dead soon.
You just roasted.
Okay. Sean, what's your AC? Oh wait, given this armor,
Yeah.
I'd say you and Sam have pretty equivalent ACs
At the moment, yeah.
I was
he's
at 16.
Okay, so I would have hit you if it weren't for this armor. Shotgun guy, realizing that his boss is dueling you, turns to you, gives a chink, full on shoots you, and it just ping. Pellets ricochet off.
I look down.
You are relatively fine.
I look down, and I'm just.
You're not gonna die.
I can't wait for my next turn.
Curb stomp him. How am I doing? This dude's a good swordsman.
Cheers. Take 6 damage.
Okay.
As he lands another sort of grazing blow across your arm. One of that was the pyro damage. It was a 2, but you have resistance. So
Okay. So just a glance.
you're keeping up with him now. Like you've kind of gotten a measure for his skill, but he is getting an occasional blow in.
Okay.
Hold on. I want to make just a random roll. Hell yeah. Out of the shattered bit of window, you hear a familiar voice. Shout out, "Get off my lawn!" I'm gonna roll a D100 for what the fuck Solo is doing right now.
Does he pull out a grenade? Does he pull out a
Kill
random
grenade
weapon?
launcher. It's like, oh shit.
Does he grab the sonic pulse
You,
cannon?
you see the front of a bazooka come out through the hole. Kinda arcs itself as best as he can at this guy.
This is gonna be an infomercial.
I'm glad I specified this as a bazooka. Because he did not roll good, but it's a bazooka. So as he fires, it fully shatters the rest of the window around him. He's like, ah, fuck! As the missile misses this guy, it hits the wall above him, and then rubble falls onto him and, like, crack, hits him in the shoulder. And he kind of lurches forward.
That had to look so cool. You just see this explosion coming out from behind my character.
It was kind of us. It was just all of a sudden, you're here, you just killed these guys, and then all of a sudden, get off my lawn! Toomp.
So is he knocked down, prone, or dead?
He's got a broken arm.
He's still standing after that?
Yeah.
Damn, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, a big chunk of rubble kind of crack hit his arm.
Which part when you rip off his arm and beat him to death? You could do that.
Alright,
That's-
Dashing slash of justice.
You do also hear Lug up the like, Mr. Solo, please get away from the window. No, I have 4 more missiles to fire. No, sir, you're in a lot of danger right now. That helmet is not good for protection. No, let me go, you big metallic lug. And it
Solo,
is-
you got him. You got Fat Boy covered. I'll go help out the Shade. Or
You got it. No, you
Okay.
don't. You don't got it. You got it. I will handle this man.
What's that? A Gatling gun next. He's like, fuck this dude.
Tall metal man, fetch me the Gatling gun. I don't know where you keep these things. It's in the. I'll fucking show you it. And they sort of walk away to go find it. It's back to you, Sam.
I'm gonna try to.
Fuck my throat.
Yeah, it's hard to do those voices.
Between Hayden and Solo, I picked a bad week for all these characters.
His armor. Is there any like where that seems like it's less armored?
Probably around the joints. You would say the neck, but he's got one of those little kind of bumps that would clearly protect his neck from being
But maybe
hit.
around the elbow area?
Elbows.
As an off action, I'm not going
I
to
won't say
attack with my
shoulders because he's
sword.
got big pauldrons, but elbows, knees, thighs.
I'm gonna try. I'm actually gonna see
If you're
with
in a
my.
call shot, will give you a plus.
I'm gonna call shot, but I'm going to just kind of keep my sword parrying and grab the dagger to stab him in the thigh,
Okay.
which is an injector
So
dagger.
make a sleight of hand check first for this maneuver to work. It'll be a dex roll.
14.
14, okay. And then you're gonna try to go at him with that syringe?
Well, with the dagger.
Or with the dagger, sorry.
Yep,
yeah.
with the injector dagger, so I can get him in the
Injector
thigh
dagger.
where he's loose.
Alright.
So I mean, the sleight of hand's more of a feint. Like I'll
Alright, yeah.
swing high to get him to block, and then grab the dagger and stab low.
Make the roll. Be a dexterity buff and attack.
21. 13 plus 8.
You motherfucker. I set up this cool-ass boss fight, and you used the insta-kill poison I
No,
gave you in
no,
section 2.
no, it's not the insta-kill.
Okay. Alright, is he making like a saving
Even then,
throw?
a Wraith Assassin would have resistance to poison.
So,
It's
what kind of roll is he making?
the damage.
Usually,
Well,
in my opinion.
make a con check.
Dirty 20?
So he'll take half, but it's 2d12.
Okay, shit. Okay.
That's all. And, yeah, of course, I roll shit. A 4 and a 3. So 7, so he takes 3 damage.
It's kind of hard to get it in there and inject the whole thing, but you put it in and you can immediately see him sort of lurch back a little bit with like a defensive flurry.
And it's still a stab wound, so I actually, that was just the poison. I didn't even roll the damage yet. Sorry.
This won't be halved because it's just a sword.
Yeah, this is a stab wound. And so D8, that's a 3, plus 3 plus dex, so 11 damage. Piercing.
I haven't been adding my dex to damage.
Oh,
Oh well.
you should do that. Sorry, I didn't specify.
So that means he's more dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones you've hit are more dead now. That doesn't help. But,
Cool. So yeah, you see that not a lot of the poison got in, but you do see his motion slow a little bit. I'll say his AC is lowered down to a 19.
Okay.
Or no, it's already a 19. Lowered down to an 18.
okay.
Um,
So he's moving a little slower. I mean, I stabbed him in the thigh with
he's,
a dagger.
he's
That's
moving a bit
hush
slower,
stab.
partially from poison, partially from the stab wound.
Yeah.
But you did successfully hit him.
Okay, cool.
Okay, my
And it's
turn.
over to you. Yep.
Flaming slash of justice. I'm gonna try and do the same thing to this guy. Charge at him.
Make that roll of advantage. We'll come up with actual stats for the armor after this. For now,
Which one should I use for the advantage?
The purple. It's your color.
Shit. So the high one would be a 10.
You whoosh like basically right past him. It almost looks like that thing in anime where they slice a dude and then they like
But
have
I
a second to
missed.
sheath the sword and then they fall in half. Except you didn't actually land. But you land.
At that low of a roll, okay, I will even say that because of the rubble, I like tripped off of it and like kind of just went.
You catch.
Bang into
You
the back
catch
wall.
yourself, but you hit this wall and destroy the window that's on it. Hear some old lady yell at you.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I apologize, ma'am. Okay.
Goddamn coalition whatnots!
I'll make sure it's repaired for you, sir, ma'am.
The bad guys are
The
gonna.
coalition apologizes for the
The bad
inconvenience.
guys are gonna roll now. So he sort of tries to do a. He slings around and tries to shoot you, but he's got a single good arm, so he can.
Ma'am, get down!
Right?
And I'm gonna move to try and block to make sure the lady doesn't get shot. I don't care if I take damage. It makes it look really good.
Are you willing to take all this damage?
I went through my armor.
Okay.
And the fact I have my armored jacket on over it, so...
Alright, yeah, so we'll say this is half damage then. You take 4 damage.
Oh no.
That's.
Roll to see if the lady saw him take a shotgun shell for...
What's your charisma modifier? I'll add it to this roll.
+3.
It's a 10, it's not bad. So you spin around, arms out, you take the shot in the back.
Oh!
You
Are
can
you
feel
okay,
it.
ma'am?
You can feel it in the same way that like a bulletproof vest still leaves a bruise.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
felt that.
As you lurch forward, she's gonna be like, "Oh my god!" and ducks behind the thing. And you're like, "Ah, thank you.
Are you okay, ma'am?
I think so."
Stay down.
Okay. Those.
Is the drone there? I feel like we need sympathetic jazz music right now.
Yeah. You can hear it playing like it's like Cowboy Bebop battle jazz, basically.
Peter did a good trick. He used Ricky's
Can I see
sisters.
Yep.
Alright, now Mr. Executioner is gonna make a roll.
Please, if it's possible.
Yep.
Just barely misses ya. Although he did hit you the past 2
Yeah, I
rounds.
just hit a couple times. I could use a break of constant
So
beating.
you can tell his that poison's definitely affecting his swing speed a bit, as well as his accuracy. As what could have potentially been a disarming blow to one of your arms, instead completely misses. You feel the heat waft by pretty much your elbow, but he does miss.
So I'm going to
Oh, wait.
activate.
Hold on, I gotta roll for Solo and Lugnut.
Okay.
Where is it? I know it's in here.
Oh,
I don't want to make this.
the Red Hood Mini.
I don't want to make this a trend, but no, hold on. I think I got this. There it is.
Actually fits it with the helmet a little more too.
We're gonna, on a natural 20, walking out from the shattered window is Solo with a minigun. And Lugnut like right behind him.
Okay.
Of course, there's very little in the way for the
Ma'am! Dad!
Oh dear Lord! I knew that man was insane.
Yes. Yes.
And you
he
hear
is.
insane French laughter from him as it starts revving. He completely misses this guy.
As I'm like jumping and ducking down to cover the lady a bit to make sure that I don't get
See,
hit.
Lugnut has to get behind him and brace as it almost takes him off his feet. He is a very tall and lanky, like thin, kind of creepy-looking dude, and he's not the best at handling this, but he's having a good time as he pretty much shoots over this guy, just like kind of into open air. It's impressive. Doesn't do a whole lot.
So
It's your turn, Sam.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
I'm going to activate the smoke deployer at my feet.
Oh,
Um.
you're right next to him,
Yep.
so he's gonna get all those debuffs.
Yep. And then right after that, I'll just attack. Does it give me advantage since?
It's a roll of advantage.
May I make a slight suggestion? It's up to you. If you have the advantage of being able to obscure his vision, duck around behind him, and then start going at him.
I'd give you a damage bonus for back attack.
Okay, so yeah, I'll deploy and then
Yeah.
move around.
As you're doing a bit of fancy footwork, you reach down and click a thing on the side of your boot, and as you sort of kick downwards, it pssts, and there's this navy blue, murky smoke that fills pretty much this whole area. Make a stealth roll of advantage for that back attack.
Okay, that was good. For the stealth roll, is that my attack roll?
Yep.
23.
Yep. You are successfully behind him.
Does
No,
that
make
give a
that
backstab modifier?
I'll give you a backstab modifier for that. Now make an attack roll of advantage.
First one was a dirty 20, and that is a high. I rolled an 18.
Okay, so you hit him.
That's a plus
Roll
8.
your regular weapon damage plus a d12. Only because this is a really good sword you're hitting him with.
Okay.
And also because he rolled like shit on his trying to spot you.
That's 3 plus 8.
Oh god, I killed Buffy.
8. 21 piercing slashing damage and 4 cryo damage.
25 damage total.
Yep.
You arc around behind him, one with the shadows. Almost like a dark knight, if you will. As you reel around behind, you cut a swath down his back, and then completely obscured by the smoke, you can't even really see the steam billowing out from the open wound that cleaved through his armor. Sam, he is not only on death's door, he's halfway through the door frame.
Is he able to still stand at
You
this point,
hit
or does
him
he just
hard.
drops?
He's gonna make a saving throw. He staggers forward pretty much to the edge of the smoke. He kind of becomes visible to you, and you can see the smoke, steam billowing out his back.
My turn?
Yeah, your turn.
Right. As I stand,
Solo is failing to hit this
As I
guy.
stand back up, I look at the guy. You should not put innocents into the line of fire. As I go over to him, forcefully, not running, just large steps, and I'm gonna reach out and try to grab him, and then just try to throw him at the other guy.
Oh shit!
So
Okay.
you charge at this
Ma-
guy.
yeah, I'd-
No,
Oh, this guy. Gotcha.
What's your current strength modifier?
my current strength.
With you haven't
is
given
0.
him the outfit.
I have the suit.
Add a +4 to this and roll with advantage. This guy's also on death's door.
That's
That
cocked.
could be roll.
Yeah,
I wish I could go with the 19. 16. You said +4.
Dirty
So
20.
dirty 20.
You pick him up by his collar, pretty much.
I want to do it by the neck.
Okay, by the neck.
And just
So,
whip him over.
you're basically in the equivalent of a Spartan armor right now, as you just grab him by the throat, lift him up, make a ranged attack against this guy. I'll say with advantage, again, because of your
You
suit.
rolled a 19. I just love that this is being filmed by 2 drones right now that have aerial views of this massacre.
3. The third one came in.
Yeah, mine, yours, and the third.
So you have him by the throat, you spin around for extra momentum.
So I'm sure they'll do plenty of damage to Chubby, but I'm pretty sure the most it's going to do is knock down Big Guy.
The guy who's already at death's door because I just opened up his back.
You hurl this motherfucker, who is a very large man, very large, very tall man, at this guy, who just staggered out of the smoke with a wound that's billowing steam. Sean, the Executioner had 1 hit point.
Oh,
And you just crushed him with the body of this guy.
I'm sorry.
No, that's amazing.
That is
This is
amazing.
amazing.
That was a good maneuver.
You spin around, you huck this motherfucker. He folds around the night guy's frame pretty much backwards. He's full on nightfalled on this guy.
Oh,
And then
The guy's dead.
the night guy, it takes a second to hit him, he immediately falls back. Boom.
okay. And then as the smoke clears,
As
To
the smoke
reveal
begins
that-
to clear.
to reveal the dead body right at your feet. And I will say to the camera, the shade shall be there to protect when innocent citizens are in peril. And then I'm going to turn around. Ma'am, are you okay?
Where's my D20? Did I lose it? Oh no, it's here.
Sound like Captain America kind of shit.
Sean, make a perception roll.
I was thinking more of the shadow.
Not you, Sam.
Oh, yeah.
10 plus 12.
Alright. You don't hear this. As he hits the ground, Sam, you can see part of his mask breaks away. You see the eye locks with you. And he mutters something as he dies. I will tell you what after the session.
Okay.
You can review the recording.
But yeah, he's dead. Solo begins unrevving the minigun as Luglet sort of takes it out of his hands.
Okay. I'm going to go check, make sure the old lady's okay.
Oh, she's fine. The front window of her house is fucked.
I greatly
Her
apologize for
counter's
this.
got a few. Her counter's got a few pallets in it.
I will have a repair crew out here for you immediately. Okay. Already ordering one for her. Okay. If you have any other problems or any other issues, please feel free to contact What the Fuck station directly.
Oh, you're that nice young man who's doing the radio station.
We're trying, ma'am.
Just like my great-great-grandmother told me about from back in her day.
Ma'am, if you don't mind me asking, would you happen to have any of your great grandmother's old records?
She has a
Fuck,
shadow
make a
radio
perception
show.
check. Not persuasion, sorry.
18.
21?
Why, yes! Hold on a moment. And she kind of waddles over to, like, this cupboard under a very fancy TV. God fucking damn it. My rolls love you guys.
Sam, you do it right on this extension cord. The light.
I got it.
Okay. Plus, there's a power strip right here.
Yeah, I was too lazy to go that far.
Yeah, you hand it to me.
Yeah, true.
You guys know how a little while ago they released that big ass box set of all the MCU movies up to Endgame?
Sure.
She
Yeah.
pulls out that.
I hand her 200 credits.
Oh. Thank you, young man.
What the fuck channel thanks you greatly, miss. And remember, it takes wonderful citizens like you to make a wonderful place to live.
Oh, that's so nice. As
And I'm
you,
getting this all on video.
oh yeah, as repair guys immediately start rushing down this street, like it's like, don't worry, man, we'll have your window fixed in no time. And they immediately get to work.
Yeah. So, sir, what do we do now? They have sent their assassins after you, Shade.
Hold on, I just got a really good idea.
However, should we, there's no one to question, but what do we do?
Check the bodies for any evidence, anything that might dictate who the nefarious enemies that are hunting us are.
Both of our drones start scanning them.
I'll check over the Lunar Wraith. I'll take your sword, and you just see me pull the sword up if you want to grab it. It's a heat sword, right?
Hmm?
The Executioner's blade.
Oh yeah.
Is it a heat sword?
Yep.
I hand it off
How
to
does
you.
it compare to mine? I kind of like mine. Mine's a plasma blade, not even a heat.
Yours looks a lot like a pirate's saber. This looks more like a knight's sword. With that sort of broad hilt.
Take a look at the two. Kind of compare them to his aesthetic.
It would kind of fit him more than you.
Like, you want mine? Fire and ice.
I'm not I mean, these are too heavy for me to dual wield. And the one I'm using as a two-handed blade mostly, so...
Yeah, I kind of like mine better.
Okay.
I like the fact that it's kind of a junky style.
I call over Lugnut. Lugnut!
Sam, if you'd like to know what he muttered to you, check Messenger.
Okay.
It's simple, but... I just
You
figured
know
it should be
what?
a your eyes only thing.
This is the first battle trophy of the of the Solar Shade. I shall make sure that it is put up in your refuge as a display for your
So sorry,
success.
you're getting his sword? Or...
We're gonna hang it up.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's gonna go into storage.
You guys can loot the bodies if you'd like to.
I'll look
Yeah,
around.
like I had the drone scan them. Do
We'll
they
say...
have anything worthwhile?
Between all the regular goons, they've got about 400-ish credits, like loose plastic bill credits.
Yeah, do you want any of that?
I'll take half.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, I just got back what I should pay the old lady.
you notice that the lead Lunar Wraith Executioner guy, his armor is fucked up, but it is some high-quality material. If it were to be repaired, it could be very lucrative for whoever were to wear it.
Reynolds. I always think of equipping my man. That's kind of my thing. But yeah, I'll basically I kind of make. Is there a motion to you cut the cameras so I can strip the body because that would not be very heroic.
We're recording everything, but it's all going to be edited in post.
So I take his armor off him.
You take the armor off, you see beneath the armor is a very kind of roided out looking deformed guy. Clearly this man was bred for combat.
Does he have any identifying Lunar Wraith tattoos, markings, brands, anything like that?
On his neck there's a crescent.
I cut it off his neck.
A crescent with a star. Sorry.
Yep, I
Kind
cut
of
it off
inside the crescent.
his neck. Okay. Yep, I'll actually cut that off his neck.
Okay.
Yeah, I go through the bodies, pulling off any body armor, weaponry, etc.
Not a lot of body armor
Yeah.
other than the big guys. He had
Yeah.
a bulletproof vest, but you put a hole in it, so...
Yeah, so nothing else really seems of care to me, so I hand it all to Solo.
Alright.
Yeah, I say Solo, help yourself to the guns,
I'll
gear.
switch. Solo does hand the minigun off to Lugnut because he's just struggling to hold it. I'm sorry, I could not be much of a help with that minigun, my friends.
It worked great.
I simply got excited to use it.
I'll walk a few feet over and then summon the drone.
And the drones all look away from him for a second, and I'll post in video that in another mist he just disappears.
The drone pretty much eats the suit, and then you place the helmet inside the compartment too. And you had your usual military fatigues on underneath.
Yeah, I'll use a hypo spray.
Yep, you can immediately use a hypo spray. Solo actually runs in and runs out with a few extras just to hand to you guys, for the trouble.
Huh? What's he hand us?
Hypos.
A couple hypo
med
injections.
sprays. Healing potions, basically.
Oh yeah, I did take a little bit of damage.
Healy injectors.
Yep.
Yeah, and this is when I'll realize, oh shit. Yeah, I suppose that hurt.
I can sleep off the rest of the damage after I take
He
one.
just hands you guys 3, for the troubles.
Okay, I have 3 more medkits.
I asked Solo if he needs any help, or is he going to be able to take care of, I referenced the dead bodies, and their guns. Keep whatever they find.
Oh, the coalition authorities will take care of these crooks. soon enough. Okay, yeah.
As we watch the squads come.
As immediately you see probably like a 6-man platoon of armored coalition guys similar to Reynolds when you met him on Mars.
Yeah,
Led by, fucking, what was his name?
Hayden.
Hayden Fenris.
That's Chief.
He's got a big-ass revolver in his hand.
As they approach, I'm with my drone that got hit by the other guy's sword. And I'm like, you poor thing. We'll repair you, don't worry.
Yeah, to give you a play-by-play, he leaped off a rooftop, skewered it, and then rent it down the middle outwards. So it's almost cut in half.
Fucking asshole.
You could maybe repair it, but it'd probably take a while.
I'm sending for another drone to pick it up and bring it back.
But it's pretty effectively dead. You can call in another one to grab all the stuff, by the way.
Yeah.
If you want to step
That
out
was
of
the one I was calling
Yeah.
it to pick up my stuff.
I ask.
I realized that now. It was kind of a dick move on my... I wanted something dramatic, but then I realized afterwards that was
perfect.
kind of a big dick move.
So I should bring in another droid. I have a few.
Okay. So another one kind of follows behind.
Okay. Picks up the body of the dead droid. Picks up the package from...
So,
Yeah, you've got the box of VHSs that you can toss the thing of MCU movies into.
Yep.
Which is another giant score for you. Alongside, if you wanted to get out of the armor or keep it on.
I'm keeping it on right now because, it's relatively comfortable.
It is comfy.
Okay. Although and I didn't really have a chance to finish putting the helmet on.
It is comfortable. You can keep it on. You're gonna. I'll come up with an actual stat stuff for it later. It was just kind of hard to buy at the moment.
But at this point, I feel cool and I'm strong.
But-
I finally have something sci-fi.
But Master Chief Hayden comes down here with a platoon that I'm not gonna bother grabbing minis for.
Yeah.
It's like, we heard the ruckus and we started on. Oh shit! Wow, that's a mighty fine. Should have holsters. It was like some mighty fine work you boys did.
It's okay, Hayden. Authorities always show up when the action's all done with anyway.
I chuckle. Just in character, I just kind of half chuckle like that.
He sort of points towards the disrobed executioner. He's like, "That guy fight you like that?" Or,
These guys were crazy, man.
Yeah, no, they must have been delirious. Maybe too much time in space. It looks to be a lunar terrorist, maybe, or something. No idea otherwise. No identifying marks on any of them.
Like, all right,
If you have any questions, check out tonight's programming.
will do. Me and the boys always love to watch him on our off hours.
Why is it 6 o'clock? There's 30 people in the
And he
break
sort
room
of snaps
waiting.
his fingers like, "All right, boys, start working on waste disposal."
And the bodies just start getting dragged away
They
by
just start getting
soldiers.
dragged away by soldiers.
And a maintenance crew comes down with a mop.
maintenance crew with a mop. It's
Pretty
af-
standard.
If you wait around 5 minutes, it's now cleaner here than it was when you got here, pretty much. You see a guy repairing the little hollow projector that the guy got bounced off of.
Stuff.
Hi,
So Solo, now you know. Kill someone in front of your shop and they clean it up finally.
It is nice to see the street be actually clean for once. You know, I think I saw like a 2-headed rat out there somewhere. It was really freaky, so that's nice.
That's cool.
It was kind of cool, but also it was really freaky. You see, Hayden does actually go over and talk with the old lady. He's like, "I'm sorry about the disturbance, man," etc., etc.
She's got a beautiful new window. Walls been repainted.
She has one of those fancy, like the window that got put in on the ship, basically.
She can now watch What the Fuck from her house on the window.
And she's all like, "Oh no, these wonderful gentlemen took care of things pretty good, and you know, the one in the power armor, he took a blast for me. That was." My kids wouldn't do that. Those little shits.
You can string a video of it.
Those fuckers all left for the Earth the second they were adults, and this random stranger did a wonderful thing in saving my life. And he's like, "That's nice to hear about that." She like goes into uncomfortable detail, and he's just like, "All right, yeah, ma'am, I'm just here to say we're
As
sorry."
everything's getting really stuck and I can see this happening, I'll come in. Yes, ma'am. The Solar Coalition is here for you as one of our many loyal members.
Hell
If
yeah,
ever
bro.
you have a problem, come to the Solar Coalition. As I'm giving him a tug to give him the chance to escape.
Hell yeah! He goes, "Hell yeah, brother!" And then he sort of walks out.
Thank you, ma'am. It's been a pleasure.
All right, it's a pleasure. She sits down and turns on the Waterflex station, and you guys walk out.
Tap Hayden on the back as we come out. It's okay, man. You just gotta know how to sweet talk and when to walk away.
So I asked Lugnut if he's got enough stuff from Solo to head back because he was loading up bags.
He's like, oh wait, I actually need to pay for these. Hold on. And he sort of steps back into the shattered window, right as the guys who are over here immediately go over to Solo's and start fixing it. And he gets rung up, and then he walks back out, and you can see that he's got like this big, blocky backpack thingy, basically
A
attached
duffel
to his
bag?
back. No, it's like a metal case, basically.
Oh, wow.
That he's just loaded as much stuff into as possible. It's almost like an umbrella holder of weapons. And he just sort of walks. He's still holding the spinny sword, even though he never got a chance to use it.
Aww.
He unspins it and actually like kind of puts it on his hip. He's like, all right, I'm all set here with what I needed to do.
How do you want to go for the crew chief's invention spree?
They're being delivered?
You're at the ship. I delivered him while you guys were out here.
Well, I got notification of their delivery while I was embedded in that guy's chest.
Crew chief would be happy.
From Amazon, not Amazon. It's ammo like ammunitions. Amazon.
I like that one.
Well-known arms dealers and delivery service.
Jesus.
Because
I
everyone
love
in
the
this
future.
I didn't go through the normal government places. I went straight to the manufacturer at a discount.
They got all your stuff there.
We have 32
Amazon.
military contracts and 1 civilian. Who's that civilian? I don't know, but he paid shitload of money.
So yeah, the parts are waiting at the ship. If you wanted to get those to the crew chief, he could absolutely start throwing something together for you.
Why do I feel like he was waiting
For
at the window
ammunition.
for them to arrive? He's already on them. Like, if he's not already in the hot boxes, then we failed.
Fuck. You get a communication from the crew chief.
They'll probably be installed before we get back.
Yeah, right, I got
You
3
get a
concepts ready to
communication
go.
from the crew chief. He's like, he's like, we gotta go. My voice is mixed up because all the military guys sound the same.
Yes, sir.
The crew chief, you get a communication from basically just a voicemail saying, I saw the supplies got delivered, so I spoke with your ship. That's very cool, by the way. It's about your ship.
Completely.
Yeah. If you ever need a hand,
I
perfect work.
spoke with your ship. Very cool, by the way. I've been working on putting some things together. If you guys want, you can swing by. I have one thing done that you guys might want to see. And then we can discuss other stuff.
Excellent. I'm going to send him a video of the fight that we just had. Here's something for you to check out.
You just get a response that's hell yeah.
And as we walk back, I love the persona, man.
The solar shade.
Yeah. Sorry if I should have stood back on that a little bit, but he pissed me off. He hurt my drone, man.
If I can justify any reason for it to go homicidal, the destruction of your drones. For example, if someone hurt Fluffy, I would destroy this entire station in a nuclear explosion without hesitation. I get it. He says that in all honesty.
Hide an
flatline.
immediate. He's been walking back to the ship.
tap on
He's
you on
been
the
like,
back. We'll salvage it nicely.
excuse me, sorry.
No one would hurt Fluffy.
As soon as I say
Meaning-
salvage, both of us share this knowing smile.
It's been nice seeing you guys again. I gotta go reconvene with Walker. He sort of.
He saw Fluffy. He
Yeah.
actually knows what I'm
But we would
referencing.
save the dog.
Yeah.
We gotta save the dog, man. That dog was cool.
It's
He
great.
sort of takes a left turn and kind of see Walker in the distance. And but you guys can walk back to the ship.
Okay.
Do you want to go visit the crew chief?
That's
Yeah.
up to him. I'm following
Sure.
him.
I mean, at this moment, I'm just still kind of limping a little bit because I did get I got a pretty bad slash at the beginning of that
You
fight.
need another hypo spray?
I have a few. I'll heal if I sleep.
I got plenty.
You don't use them very much.
And it's the first time you've taken damage.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
I
true.
got scratched.
So you guys get back to the ship. It's kind of later now.
Yeah.
The walk to and from the civilian sector is pretty long. But you guys do get back to the ship. There's too many minis on the board.
Oh my god, I feel like I've barely walked at all in this thing. It's fucking great.
Exosuits are.
So you guys get back. A few of the engineers and common crew give you a bit of a weird look as you're in the exosuit, just because it's like, well, what the fuck?
Well, you didn't see the video yet?
You have to
We
edit it.
we got saved by the shade, man.
Who's the
It was
shade?
amazing. You'll see.
I chuckle as I go downstairs to your ship, where my joint supplies are. And tobacco, because I kind of want to go and smoke a joint. I heard.
So you can duck down and grab those things. But as you get to the science lab room, which is basically just this one open room,
Yep.
you actually see that the lead scientist and his secretary have stepped out, and he's repurposed their big scientific experiment table. It's just covered in all of the parts and whatnot that you ordered. Those boxes that say ammo zoom on them.
I reference crew chief. Don't let the doctor find out you've liberated the table from his office.
Alright, it's fine. He agreed to it, I think.
So what you working on? This looks great.
He
Can I call you Q? Never mind.
my name doesn't have a Q in it, but if you wanted to, I guess.
Back in my day, there was this amazing genius scientist that made the most unbelievable weapons hidden in everyday objects. Okay, I mean like a pen that shot acid.
That's a good idea.
Okay, they would put like explosives in little lapel pins so you could just throw them as a grenade.
Well, I don't have any pen-based weapons, but and he sort of rummages
Okay,
through.
an awesome one. They put like filaments through the person's tuxedo so that when you person touched them or tried to grab them, it just electrocuted them.
That's awesome.
Sorry.
Sorry,
So,
I don't
what
have,
you got?
I don't have any writing utensil-based weapons, but he sort of rustles through a few things, and he pulls out what looks like the handle to a sword. Sort of grabs a hydrogen cell that looks a lot like an ammo clip, and click, 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 plugs it into the desk. It's like, you guys might want to take a step back.
Do so.
He
Put the helmet on.
He puts his thumb on the back of it and almost like igniting a lighter. You are bearing witness to the first instance of a laser sword.
It's a proto saber.
Proto saber. I was thinking a plasma saber, but yeah, that works too.
As a brilliant gold blade, actually blade-looking of energy erupts from the hilt.
Does it come in blue? Could it come in blue?
I mean, this is just sort of because it's hydrogen and whatnot, but the technology is actually very...
Talk to your ship.
I guess if you put it through a lens filter, you could theoretically change it.
What if we hooked up one of the cryo charges to it
We're gonna
and
make
used
a
that as
cryo
part of the
solar,
containment unit? The containment field. Because I'm sure you have a containment field holding in that plasma, right?
Okay, yeah. So the way this works, he turns it off. He takes the clip out. This is a, hydrogen cells power everything. This is a miniaturized one, basically down to the size of a,
Yeah, I think I have one of those in the suit.
basically.
I'll say what I do in a moment. Go ahead.
This is a miniaturized one, basically scaled down to the size of a
I'm on my comlink.
clip of ammunition. It's loaded into here, filtered through a magnetic matrix, and encased in hard light, for shape.
Okay.
Where's Andy?
Where do you want Andy to be? What?
Well, preferably on his way over. I just rolled a 17 on a charisma check to have Andy come here and help.
Where's Andy's mini? He sort of walks in holding...
Immediately.
He walks in holding another ammo zoom box. So they just keep bringing stuff, crew chief. How much stuff did you order? It's like, not enough. Put it with the rest.
I was gonna say.
He sort of
walks.
puts it down. He looks at you like, what the fuck? He's like, oh, hey, Ren.
Hello, Andy. Hey, Andy. You might know a little bit about this. And I give the explanation of it and asked if it would be possible to add a cryo filter to make basically a cryo energy blade in blue.
Well, from what the crew chief told me while he was slapping this thing together, you would still need the hydrogen there. That's where the whole energy comes from. If you
It
were
needs
to,
a battery.
If you were to just load in a cryo thing, it'd basically just be a frost. You would just shoot frost energy,
Yeah.
basically. But we could maybe install... And he and the crew chief immediately kind of go into inventor mode.
Yep. And I'm just like...
It's like we could maybe install a secondary loader within the hilt to filter the hydrogen energy. Yeah, we can filter the hydrogen
Tell us
energy.
what you got.
through
Tell
the
us what you got.
cold.
Keep me updated.
We
Let me
also-
know if you need anything
We're
else.
walking
Go backwards. Walking up backwards.
Here, we also need to work on independent powers. The technobabble.
As we get down to my ship, I take off my suit, and it's my ship, and I'm like,
The ship is already
Fix.
built, basically.
Containment for it.
You know the things they put the power armor on in Fallout? It's built to that for you.
The power armor rigs.
So it's rigged up to a wall, basically. You can pretty much step out of it.
okay, paint it, make it look cool.
Will do. And then it sort of goes and gets enclosed in the thing.
I actually reach out. I know this is kind of rando, but I reach out to Dara. Ask her how she's doing. Where is she at?
She slides down the ladder. Like, oh my god, I heard about the fight. Are you guys okay?
You missed it.
Fuck.
We're editing it now.
You can watch it as we edit it.
Alright, that's cool.
It's an excuse for her me to cuddle up with her.
I'm sorry, I was out doing errands with Gilda.
That's fine.
Actually, since you're here, you got an awesome voice. Can you mouse and have her like voice over parts of it?
And see how good she does.
Alright. What's your charisma bonus? Because I'll add that to this roll. Alongside
Oh,
hers,
sorry.
I think.
Yeah, you.
I remember, she actually has a character sheet.
Yeah, she
so-
does.
Oh shit! I rolled shit. My charisma bonus is a 3.
I can help it if you want it, and I'll give you advantage.
She's a +2. So I'll add a +5 to this.
Okay. Can I use the ship in order to add an extra +1 or 2 for using filters and proper camera
Oh,
angles?
advantage.
Okay.
She's totally willing to do this. This is just how popular she is. Considerably more popular than Reynolds. Not like breaking any ground or anything, but definitely attracting a lot more viewers than bland military monologue.
Oh man, you're doing fantastic, girl.
She's giving a lot more like
Objective.
It's less
views.
like watch here as this guy is
It's
by.
less of a technical breakdown and more of a.
It's less like watch here as the villain is as this ruffian is bisected by Bob's new power suit. It's more like watch this guy get fucked up. Look at that guy. He eats shit when that boulder
So
hits him.
she's being a badass sports announcer. I love
yeah.
this girl more every time.
Fantastic.
Oh yeah, wait.
Oh,
what?
maybe I should come up with a name for my character. If you get to be the Shade.
Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, Mudnut and
Dimitri
are here. They're cracking up as Dara gets very into this role as basically the sports announcer.
How about Shade and Gizmo Boy?
Wouldn't you want to be Gizmo Man?
No. I'd rather be like the henchman, sidekick kind of thing.
Fucking
That's
hell.
fine.
Fucking hell, Batman and Robin.
I'll be Robin, man.
Oh my god, you guys got the fucking Batman and the movie with Batman and Robin in it.
Right, we're gonna see. My character still has that VHS tape, I think. He has never given it back after he
We'll
grabbed it.
pop in while we're.
That was the Batman Forever one, wasn't
Batman Forever,
Yeah.
which is honestly the perfect one to introduces Batman and
Yeah.
Robin.
it? So he goes in, this fucking Val Kilmer Batman and whatnot.
But I haven't seen this in ages.
Dimitri thinks that Jim Carrey's Riddler is the funniest fucking thing he's ever seen in his life.
Yeah, he would. He's had lots of vodka.
Ah, he's funny man! He's funny man in green suit.
Yeah, just be glad you didn't see the Green Lantern, man. I'm sorry, I couldn't help that one.
No, that's fine. But yeah, it's kind of... God, my throat's starting to kill me now.
Yeah, dude, you gotta be careful, man. Don't out yourself.
I also picked a bad week to do all the gruff military voices.
Yeah, the other thing I just noticed is your dad was coming at 9:30.
Yeah.
So it's like 9:15.
Yeah, so we're gonna wrap up.
Yep.
Sorry to rush things through.
So Dara narrates the fight. We recut it to make it look cool.
It takes probably like an hour to record all of it, as she
It
pretty
would
much
probably take like 4 or 5 hours at least.
pretty
of
much
editing.
just UFC commentary over, or like wrestling commentary over this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good highlights of like when you did the cool thing with the smoke and whatnot, and because all the camera saw was you did a cool move, smoke exploded off of you, and then there was kind of a flash within the smoke, and the guy staggered out, his back steaming.
Yeah. So it looked very cinematic.
And you throwing the guy at the guy is pretty much the highlight of it.
As the guy stumbles out of the mist. Poof.
Yeah, right.
Pshing!
Quack, quack, quack.
They both hit the ground at the same time. It's beautiful.
I edited out.
Any evidence of
Yeah.
his face or his ID.
The camera did not catch your face.
Or anything that.
When you
refers
changed into
to
the
me.
suit, it was conveniently not pointed at you, and it intentionally wasn't pointed at you.
Yeah.
earlier.
The whole thing starts as we turn the camera angle, and there's the shade just appears.
It-
And I'm going to adjust it so that it appears as though he's not standing there, and then all of a
Pretty
sudden
much,
he is.
the camera caught you backing away to change, but didn't catch you changing. And then the first thing it caught after that was the shade bursting out of the door. So it's like, oh fuck, this other guy just appeared and then vanished and whatnot.
Yeah, so it starts off with you bursting out the door and working the guy's arms off.
Yeah, that swift disarmament.
Okay. And then all of a sudden the other guy just out of nowhere seems to take a hit because there's no sound from the gun.
It's basically just a little
Yeah.
that
and
isn't
then
even picked up.
the rest of the fight sequence. Episode 1. The Solar Shade.
Chronicles of the Solar Shade or something, I don't know. But yeah, you guys, it's kind of later in the artificial day by this point.
Alright, I'll go to bed.
Yeah, you guys are a bit
That's
sore
already-
for the
yeah,
first
I-
fight in a little while. You do have a significantly large bruise on your back from where that shot hit you when you took the shot for the old lady.
I have an entire med chamber.
That is true, you have that.
5 minutes later, I'm all good.
Take you like an hour, maybe.
If that.
Maybe.
I, mean,
Probably
I
less
need
than
to
that.
replace like 11 HP. I mean, I might take a shower.
You want to go for it.
I'll go
Make-
take a.
make
I'll
you-
go
It's
take a
basically
nap.
the back to chamber from Book of Boba
Oh
Fett.
fuck yeah! So I'll heal up in that.
Yeah,
so I
take
get-
a special rest.
So you guys can get all healed up, you can rest. Gilda supplies you guys with more awesome food. Might even make a roll for it. She's
I'll
just
invite
like,
Gilda down.
Alright.
After we're done all the editing stuff, because I have all these videos and stuff to go through. So I'm going to invite her down to see some of the video and stuff before it goes up on What the Fuck.
She comes down with pretty much a baggie of stuff that she prepared upstairs, puts it on the table. Just imagine the food it's in
You
there.
are a goddess.
Oh, I'm glad you think so. And then she's like, oh, is this the new video that's going up on the station?
Yeah, check it out.
watch the completed recut.
She sits down and she's very oohs and ahs. And
Followed immediately by
I'll go
Batman
through
Forever.
stuff that looks like it's possibly more alluring to her type than the military type.
yeah, she's very impressed by it all. And she brought down a shit ton of food. So it's kind of a small party. And I assume you're getting blazed.
Oh yeah.
And one of them.
I offered a Dara. I don't know if she'll take it. You get a roll and say hi. I'll say a hi.
Sure. She
Oh,
takes
Is
it.
Dara
Okay.
still downstairs with us?
She just finished recutting the
Because
video.
she's already high.
Yeah, she's just kind of hanging out.
Remember, it's pumping through my system.
That's
So
why
you
you
guys are
still
hotboxing the
recirculate
ship
that.
constantly.
We do it every day and then just recirculate the air.
Gilda does eventually excuse herself, like, oh, sorry. Hey, it's gonna get a bit thick down here.
Oh, it's okay, dear. You'll be sleeping well tonight and feeling so much better upon
I can
tomorrow.
guarantee that. She gives kind of a pleasant goodbye after like an hour of being
You got
down there.
do you make popcorn?
I can try. She sort of goes up the stairs and
It ought to be interesting, synthetic popcorn.
she comes back down with it's not unfortunately in like a movie tub or anything like that. It's pretty much just in like a
So let me guess,
ceramic
instead of
bowl.
popcorn, it looks like non-cheesy cheesy balls?
It's popcorn, but it's really plain.
Because that's what cheesy balls are without the cheesy. They're corn puffs.
Yeah, it's basically corn puffs.
Okay.
Is this what you were talking about?
It's close enough, darling.
I tried popping actual corn and that didn't go too good.
Do you have corn kernels?
Yes.
The hard ones.
Yes.
Okay. So you take those corn kernels, put down a little bit of oil, like vegetable oil or butter. Okay. Heat it up, and then they're going to start exploding. So you want to put a cover over it.
You see, I just tried flash cooking cobs and that didn't really work out.
Now you got to go slow heat. So bring up the heat slow.
She tried to bake that shit.
Yeah, she tried to bake a corn cob to get popcorn.
Okay.
It's not the worst idea
Like
I've heard
this,
of.
and I bring up a video because there's like popcorn being popped in like almost every video during the 80s at some point or another.
There's like it's like those before the actual film
Agricultural
starts.
training recording. Like that'd be
It's like on some of the movies, there's like a before the actual movies. I don't know if they did that on VHS.
Yeah.
They did
had,
a
like, ads
lot.
beforehand.
Let's go out for some movies. Let's go.
As you put in the Batman Forever one.
They actually did have them in promotion for the
in the
Batman
very
Warner
beginning,
Brothers.
had the
Yeah.
they were going through that like little festival thing, and there was a popcorn machine popping.
Yep.
If I remember correctly.
The ship zooms in on it. And like, oh, okay. And she kind of goes back up. She leaves you with the thing of the corn puffs, basically.
I hand it to the stoners.
Yeah, we just munch on it like it's a snack.
10 minutes later, she comes back down with another bowl full of butter-covered, extra salty movie theater popcorn.
You are a goddess.
She sets it down, gives kind of like a little curtsy bow, and then heads back up.
Gilda's awesome. As I'm eating that popcorn. Or the corn
See,
puffs.
this is so much better than that one.
Yeah,
isn't
as I eat the popcorn, yeah, that is
This
better.
is some of the best snacks you've ever had.
it? Now wait till I get her make malted milk balls.
But yeah, you guys, you're here until the next morning. I'll say it's probably early evening by this point.
I'm gonna make. Well, if I have enough time, then I'm gonna make a blooper reel that makes that assassin just look like the biggest loser ever. With like close-ups and stuff of him just like getting his ass kicked, and the other ones.
Yeah, all the cameras really got was him and you sword fighting, the smoky explosion, then he waddled out injured and died.
Yeah. What are they? The Wraith.
Lunar Wraiths.
Yeah, it was the Luna
The
Raid.
Wraiths stand no chance against the Solar Coalition.
And the hero, the Solar Shield.
Immediately across what I'd surmise is the internet, basically, you see no shortage of people pretty much renouncing any fear they had in the Lunar Wraiths after seeing their chief executioner murdered like a chump on live television. And then somewhere in a distant dark corner of non-coalition owned space, the leader of the Lunar Wraiths was a full Saturday morning cartoon used on a chain.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Add in a little PSA too of only you can help the citizenry be the type of community that we should be. If you see any signs of Wraith activity, please report it to your local coalition officer. Safety is the job of us all.
It's
For
as
the
the new
coalition.
footage goes
For the
out,
coalition.
as the footage of the fight goes out alongside the AI beginning to scan, it's pretty much converted that old TV into a media scanner. It's built in a little DVD port because it knows that's another type of media you might be getting. There's a little socket that you can plug the Game Boy into if you wanted to. And it starts scanning in movies and some shows and stuff like that. It immediately starts running the rest of Battlestar Galactica.
It
alongside
just
what you
picks
already
up after
had.
the episode.
And you immediately start getting views and views and views and views, and it's very lucrative.
And I'll put up a commercial too. You too can have your business advertised on What the Fuck station. Please contact. And
You've got 11 local businesses reaching out right now.
Okay. So I've been averaging at 100 to 300 a week, except for Barrett's clones, who are 500 a week because those are some shitty clones.
And a really rich guy.
Yeah. So I would say I will offer it at 500 a week for advertisement, but I will give specials depending on if they can donate any type of media or goods to the case. In other words, you can bribe me to lower the price.
Okay. So about 8 out of those guys immediately take the 500. While the other 3 sort of hold back and say that they'll do some scouring for lost media first and foremost before moving forward with any large business endeavors.
You gave him an option. 8 agreed. 3 took the ultimate. Not bad.
That's nice and easy. And that's if they have their own media. If they need media made, it's an extra 200 if they're for a simple.
They have their own commercial reels they send over to you. You can re-edit them if you want.
No, I'll play them exactly as they are.
But yeah,
They're
those
top
guys
dollar
are,
for it. But they're gonna get recognized in every colony that's watching your channel now, so they're gonna make money off it
so
far more than the
it's
500.
extremely lucrative. It's like they noticed how many people you were bringing in with the new fight and all the new movies and stuff, and they're like, oh shit,
We gotta get in on this.
secretary, reach out to this guy immediately. Drop everything else. Cancel my 5 o'clock.
Do I have any like cool sounding companies that do anything real cool yet?
I mean, this is more of an engineering basic work colony, so it's probably like cleaning supplies, mining equipment, but that's still companies paying you money, like, it doesn't matter.
The Avicen,
luxury goods.
the
Well, that would be
Avicen Exosuit Extraordinaires reach out to you. They're the guys who made the suit that you have.
We recognize that suit.
Started making a whole list of custom options.
They're immediately offering you like,
Half price if you can make this suit to spec, exactly like I'm asking for, looking like this, so it's gonna look like my normal outfit.
ah,
Okay, so I can be the flamboyant pimp daddy, Kid Gizmo, without showing it. How's that?
he said they'll see what they can do.
Okay, so write up that suit for me instead,
I will. So yeah,
and I'll give the other one to Jenkins. How's that?
That works.
Or do you want it?
No, I have a suit.
they say they'll start working on that immediately. And they send over the funds.
Eh, if you can get it to me before I leave the station, I'll do you for 100 a week, and I'll lock you in at that. But that also includes maintenance to my suit.
You have yourself a deal.
Okay.
Why do we just call in all 53 engineers? Because they're working now, bitch. You have like 8 hours.
Oh shit, my dad's here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for an awesome game.
No, it was
Well,
great,
I'm
man.
glad you guys enjoyed it.
And what was the name of it?
It was Avicen Exosuit Extraordinaires.
Avicen Exosuit.
Yeah, great session, man. I'm now the
Sorry to
soulless
just kind of
shade.
ditch you guys.
No, it's okay, man. You
Okay.
got stuff to do.
And then the next thing will just be to make a skeletal frame that I can put inside of it, so it will follow me around, and an exo frame, and then I can pop into it and pop out.
What have I created?
It's my butler.
Well, it's kind of like Iron Man, Batman. Like we all will have a reference to who we are.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching. I'm going to sign off now. I hope you have a wonderful night. May the shade be with you.